want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. Pain for their disease. Just like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. With gods in the weak and harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Feed like a disease, bring them to their knees. They pay for their disease. Just like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we want retribution. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. Thanks for their disease. Rage is like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. Flip gods into weak and harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Feed like a disease, bring them to their knees.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Waylander Gaming. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a minute here in the MSA Cup, but we are reaching those stages. I mean, we are at the top 8 of the MSA Cup. So to take us off for the first match in this best of 3 series, it's going to be Equinox up against Saint Dynasty. So winners here will be going through to the upper bracket semi-finals, and the losers will be going down to the lower bracket. So even though if the teams loses, they will have another shot at redemption and potentially come in and claim the MSA Cup title. However, I am joined tonight by Rika and Lotus. How are you two feeling tonight?
Well, to be honest, pretty excited. I know that I said that for the majority of the MSA matches, but this night is gonna be amazing. I mean, it's gonna be Equinox versus Saint Dynasty. Equinox being the strong underdogs and Saint Dynasty a team that we all know and love, and they're extremely good.
Yep, Saint Dynasty, obviously one of the staple pillar squads in our server, right? They've been consistently at the top, always expecting to see good things from them on their side. They've their lineup is somewhat traditional with their players. The people we don't see too often on Saint Dynasty are Eisen and Call Me Robin, obviously Robin the One. Robin the One was the roamer for Equilibrium a while ago, but is now on the Saint Dynasty lineup. Eisen as well will be picking up the marksman role for the side of Saint Dynasty, very talented marksman player. But the rest are some staple names. We got Mimic, we got Jinx and Khan. Obviously, the premium players of those roles. As for the side of Equinox, we've got the one, the only Ghost Kado leading the charge. He likes to flex roles a bit. We see him sometimes in the jungle, we see him sometimes mid, we see him sometimes experienced lane. I think we're going to be seeing him in XP. That's probably where we're going to be seeing him. As for the rest of his team, I can't say I've guilt. I'm saying this with some guilt. I can't say I know too much about them after getting smashed by them in the qualifiers for MSA. So I can tell you that they are very, very good. You do need to be banning out YSS versus them as per usual. Very deadly hero for them. But yeah, I mean, this is gonna be a very, very interesting match. I think these teams are good, are placed well against each other, if I can put it like that.
Yeah, well, look, bro, I definitely need to agree with you there. Unfortunately, I wasn't fortunate enough to see the game between Equinox up against Exodus. I heard it was it was a cracker of a match. But yeah, I've heard a lot of good things, especially coming in from Equinox. But you know, if you've been with the Waylander Gaming crew since last year, I mean, Saint Dynasty is definitely one of my favorite teams. Um, I mean, I backed them the previous in season 2 to take the dubs here. I was Con was even with us there, Rika, if you can remember. I voted for Saint Dynasty, so it's no secret that I am a fan of Con. But yeah, nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, we are bound to head into this first matchup. It's going to be the first best of 3. After this, it is Vikings up against Immortal Order, but we will talk about that as soon as we get there. But yeah, this is I'm super excited. I can't wait to cast this match. Just waiting for Con to ready up, and then we can go.
Yeah, that's something I forgot to mention as well. Zayn Dynasty, the semi-finalists the grand finalists for what you call it, MSA last year, right? That's something that completely flew over my head. It was these guys versus Equilibrium.
Yeah, and Equilibrium. Well, it was 4-1, right? Yeah, it was 4-1. Saint Dynasty not being able to clutch it through, but yeah.
Was it a best of 7 than last year? Hectic! Oh my god!
I believe it was a best of 5, bro.
So you can't have a 4-1 and a best of 5.
3-1 then, all right. 3-1, okay. 3-1. I stand corrected, okay. I stand corrected.
Yeah.
All right.
One would have been a best of 7 would have been crazy.
Well, we have featured best of 7s previously, but we've never gone to a 6th or a 7th match. But enough of that. Ladies and gentlemen, we are into the drafting phase. Lotus, you mind taking over and drafting with Rika? Let me just quickly get the admin sorted out here.
Thorns remain.
No problem. Lancelot getting banned out from the side of Equinox. Lancelot has been pretty strong this season.
I feel like Lancelot first ban if you're on first pick is not the best idea. If you have a Lance player, I think they do have a Lance player on their team, so I feel like that was a bit weird. I could be wrong, and that one Lance player is not with them right now, and then the ban makes a whole lot of sense. But anyway, I'm expecting Saint Dynasty to bring out the YSS ban. Yeah, that's for certain.
Play the hero. I will be the truth.
What if they don't bring in the YSS ban?
Then they're trolling.
Job getting the next ban for the side of Equinox, banning out the CC. Actually, last time when I was doing a 5-man and we ended up playing against Mimic and a few others, his CC is absolutely insane. I think he's a number 2 South Africa CC or something, but it's very valid to want to ban that out. But if you ban the CC, there's Arlet and so many other XP laners to be careful of.
Yeah, I feel like if they could go for an angle of like, hey guys, let's not ban the YSS. Let's leave all the EXP laners open so that Mimic can have a good time. That could be a reasonable strategy they're going for, but I don't think they're going to go for that just because they've already banned out the Yu Zhong. So I think they're going to play it safe. Ban out, let's say, a Uranus and a YSS going forward. I think that's probably their angle. Okay, there's the YSS gone.
Falling apart.
They might have been in big trouble if they didn't go for it, but Clint also getting banned. We don't really see Clint in the banning section. What do you think about that?
I think it's bringing up a statement, banning the Clint this early. It's sort of revealing what what their game plan is. They want to be going a bit later in the game with a scaling mark marksmen. So Clint is good against these marksmen that have not the best time early on. For example, like let's say an Irithel or a 1/1 or a Granger. Those would be that trio of marksmen that you're protecting with that ban, that Clint ban. However, you now need to think about which marksman are you playing into which matchup now. So if you pick the Granger, then you have to worry about the Irithel. If you pick the Irithel, you have to be worried about the 1/1. It sort of goes all together in a package. Anyway, we are going to look at Ghost Okado picking up the Lapu Lapu right there. I'm expecting an all-out coming out immediately here from the side of St. Dynasty.
I wouldn't be surprised if they actually pick up the Arlet, but Lapu Lapu is such a sustainable hero right now. There was a little bit of a nerf on one of his traits, but he's super strong, and that the CC immune that he has during one of his skills, that is such an annoyance to deal with.
Mm-hmm. And don't forget about the damage reduction he gets with that second skill in his alt form on the Bravest Fighter. It used to be 30% plus 8% for each hero hit. Now it got nerfed to 20%. Plus the 8% per hero with each additional hero hit. So it's still a hectic amount of damage reduction coming out from that hero. Okay, we're not going to go for all-out immediately here. I think I can understand that. They're going to go for their core of their team fight first, which is going to be the Zushin with the Minotaur. So already St. Dynasty are looking for a pretty hectic 5-on-5 lineup is what they're sort of going for there. Hijime, though, going to pick up the Zetian. I think it's safe, right? I mean, Zetian has been quite a prominent figure going into the meta so far. So I'm liking it. They'll pair it with a Kalia.
The Kalia is also a good pair to go with the. I think she also pairs nicely with the Lapu Lapu. Just having to make sure to keep the skills don't interfere with each other, work against each other. Mimic currently going through either the Uranus or the Esmeralda.
Yeah, I mean, I think his thought process here might be that okay, I'm not going to slam the all out this early. Let's keep it as a pocket pick for a bit later. Let's pick something that's a bit slower tempo, especially since they're going to be up against the Zetian with a Lapu, right? So you don't if you're picking the all out, you know how Mimic plays the hero. He plays it extremely aggressively. He goes for the full damage build. But if we play it a bit more down tempo, I'm talking in the perspective of Saints here. If we play it a bit more down tempo, prioritize another role to pop off, then we can you can set a foundation for the next game as well. I don't know if I'm making sense here. I might be thinking too hard into it.
Well, we never know really what goes into the players' heads, but their experience, so maybe they have the thought process that you do. So, never know. Eisen banning out the Leomord.
I've actually seen him. I've seen these people play the Leo. Actually, they're very scary on their jungler. I think it's okay on iOS. I can't see the username of the position 4 on the side of Equinox. Oh, is that L? Okay.
Oh.
All right. Well, I don't know which one is the jungler. I can't remember, but I know they play the Leomord. I know they're deadly with it. They're gonna ban out the Bastia. I think it's pretty good. They've got already a hectic amount of sustain on the side of St. Dynasty. A Bastia would throw a wrench into that plan. So yeah, I quite like that. They're gonna go into the next pick here. Eisen, looking at the Bruno. I think it's okay. I think Bruno is definitely the safer pick here. If they go for the Granger, this is a really risky play because they can instantly slam the Irithel. Yeah. There it is. There's no reason they shouldn't pick Irithel here.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Your team is
And Irithel works pretty nicely, especially because she has that mobility. She can give the numbers advantage, especially with that first turtle. Sylvana jungle, we have seen that before. I think it was also from Team Equinox, but Sylvana in the jungle is actually pretty crazy.
I think it's pretty good. It has its strengths. Its weaknesses are quite apparent, though. There's a reason it's not a traditional pick. You have to play it very specifically. You can't. It's not that great at contesting turtles. It doesn't have a burst damage skill that you can use to sort of guarantee a turtle fight. However, it has Sylvana has a scary amount of damage early on. So what we could be expecting here is a situation where we go. Equinox are looking for the early sort of fights that they can use to bridge off into a scaling Aerothel pick. That's the sort of the game plan for Equinox here. However, on the other side, we're looking at quite a slow game also from the side of Saint Dynasty. They've got picks that can hold them through early on, like the Esmeralda and the Zushin, but they're scaling a bit harder with the Ling and the Granger. So if we're looking at just an overall picture of the draft, we're going to be seeing a lot of aggression from the side of Equinox, and Saint Dynasty are going to be on the receiving end. That's just in practice, but this is SAML, man. You can see a late game team smashing another early game team early on, and I wouldn't be surprised.
Sure, it's all about execution.
But if I'm looking at just if I'm looking at this game in general, I think I'm actually preferring Equinox's draft here. I think their draft makes is when you're comparing hero picks to each other, I think their draft comes out on top of it, and that's a pause.
That was a crazy early pause. Just as I wanted to start, we jumped into the pause. Let me just quickly check what is up.
To be honest, I do agree with you on the Equinox favorite draft here because they have a lot of stun, and that can also put Esmeralda in danger, so she can get too fed early on. I mean, you have the Kalea, the Zetian, Lapu Lapu, and then also the Sylvana with that ultimate that you can't escape with even a flicker. You need Purify, so and
Well,
only
there's one hero in the game for the side of Saint Dynasty that can escape the flip. I don't know the name of Savannah ulti, but it's Ling, right? The Tempest of Blades just removes it from the equation. You can just click the Tempest of Blades and you're out.
Her ultimate's name is Imperial Justice.
Imperial Justice.
I have to say, look, I'm loving this Neo Beast skin from the Ling, bro. Oh my word.
Yeah, I'm glad I can see it through this big pause screen.
All right. Well,
oh wait, no, you can look outside the pause screen. I forgot. Yeah, on the tournament lobby.
Yeah, this is nice, bro. But look, I have to I have to agree with you there, Rico. I am also favoring Equinox's draft. But look, I'm not taking anything away from Saint Dynasty. I mean, Robin, bro, everyone knows Robin when it comes into the set plays. And if Eisen can just be on point and the Zushin being an annoyance of hero with the displacement, this could go anyway, if I'm being really honest. So, yeah.
Well, I think if we look at the drafts on timings though, they are on a. I think it's all if we get to a 15 minutes plus game, it's all on Aerothel to carry this game. I think the rest of the side of Equinox don't really do much at that point. It's all on the Aerothel at that point. But then we look at the Saint Dynasty's lineup where they've got the Minotaur for the team fight, they've got Granger infinitely scaling, and they've got Ling, who's an absolute late game beast. So this game is all about timing. Can Equinox bring up the heat, play this really fast so that Saints don't have a chance to scale? Or, it's all it's going to be really rough for the side of Equinox late game with the Minotaur ults coming into the Lord fights and the Granger just popping in all of those death sonatas.
Yeah, well, look, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, we are into this first matchup in this best of 3 series as we do see the knock-up coming on to Kalia from Minotaur. But just no follow-up. Just, the displacement. Wow. First blood going to the Zushin. Kalia getting taken out so early on.
Kalia was fighting for her life there. She was trying to get her passive on that jungle creep. On Ricky, I like to call that guy Ricky. I don't know what his actual official name is. But Yeah, I mean, and she wasn't able to do it just because she was getting picked up and thrown around by Jinx. You can see the real scary potential of the Zushin early game, right? That's what this hero can provide you, at least in defense to this aggressive lineup that Equinox are currently drafted.
Well, I am going to be honest, right? It's been a minute since I've seen a Sylvana in the jungle pick, bro. I haven't seen her feature that much oftenly in the jungle. What is your opinion about the Sylvana in the jungle?
I mean, I went over it with Lotus in the dark, but I can say it again. It's all about early stuff, right? Sure, you can do late game plays with the Winter Crown a bit later. That's kind of cool, but strictly on paper, this hero scales really nice early on. The Imperial Justice gives you an insane amount of stats. The spell lifesteal and the attack speed. It's actually crazy how much like damage it gives you early on if you can land an Imperial Justice and stay inside that circle. And we are going to see the team fight coming out here. We're going to see a nice stun coming in for the Minotaur right there, but the Fury of Phoenix level 4 has been committed already. It's going to be first blood going to the side of Equinox onto Mimic there. And as you can see, Zushin's good early, but it's not as good as the rest here. Ken can't get the rescue steal though. Not going to happen. We're going to see Tempest being knocked around with the Tsunami there, but Conqueror is actually going to be able to get the kill before she reaches the ground, but he's not going to be able to make it out either, as we see a solo kill from Granger onto Irithel. I've never seen that before. Usually, Irithel should be dogging on Granger. That's a favorable matchup for her, so that is a real surprise.
Well, look at this positioning coming in from the Granger. He's going to stay in this bush. Will Irithel go through this bush? If she does, we do see the engagement. Will we see the Irithel falling? Sylvana does stun him up.
That was really close. She had backup available. Even the Minoan Fury was not enough to save the Granger from that situation. I like the play. What I maybe would have liked to see, I think what made was that Granger didn't. I think he was just a bit too late with the execution. If he started shooting her down before she got into the bush, I think it would have been a bit better. But that's real subjective. It was a really close little Q play, but it didn't work out.
A really close cute play. I love that saying. Alright, so it's just before the 4-minute mark. It is 3 each. Equinox currently having the 300 gold lead in favor of them. So yeah, it's a bit balanced still at this point in stage. I mean, it is all going to come down. Well, it's going to start with the next objective, which is going to spawn up in the next 30 seconds.
I mean, Fear of the Phoenix being committed just for vision, I think it's not a bad thing. But what it achieves here is mainly just light down there, just to just be safe. Oh, we're going to see the Imperial Justice onto the Granger. You can see the massive amount of damage it outputs at this stage in the game here. Just completely removing Granger from the equation. As we see now, it's going to be a little bit of a difficult turtle fight for the side of St. Dynasty. They need to be a bit careful about how they approach this. They do have the Minoan Fury, but Khan, I think he's just going to skip the turtle altogether.
Yeah, he's going to go for that jungle invade. I mean, it is fine. They are not going to contest this objective, so it is better to get the farm away from the Sylvana. But I mean, bro, Equinox currently running as a unit. We do see the engagement onto Minotaur. Will we see the follow-up? However, that is, yes, Sylvana gets the kill onto Minotaur. Currently under the turret. Will Zushin get the displacement? No, sir. Link coming into the mix. Will we see Jayav getting taken down? The Tsunami Slam into the mix, and Sylvana does finish off the job onto Khan.
Sylvana right now, 6-0. They only have 6 kills on the side of Equinox. This is all Sylvana right now.
Yeah.
It makes sense. The amount of, like, I'll say it again, the amount of early game damage this hero has is ridiculous. So they're definitely playing to the strength of that hero right now. We are going to see Jazz getting taken out by Aizen. That's catastrophic. You do not want Granger to be having stacks on heroes this early in the game. So if they can accelerate Granger's farm a bit more, it's going to look really nice for them. We're going to see the Imperial Justice. Look at that damage output. I don't think Mimic's living through this one. Even with the Vengeance pop, he's going to get popped by Ghost Okado and co. Yeah, so this is how I expect the game to start. And my next, the thing I'm going to say next is quite generic, but I really do believe it this time. where a draft like Saint Dynasty with these picks, it can really switch favor really, really fast. We are going to see Jinx getting the shutdown onto the Sylvana. That's going to be huge for the side of Saint Dynasty to pick up, especially since they only needed to trade Robin, the Minotaur, the Roma for that kill. So that is a huge pick off for the side of Saints.
Yeah, no, agreed. And Cake, to answer your question, this is a best of 3 series. We are in the first match. Currently, Equinox are having the 3 kill advantage as well as a 1.1k gold lead. The third and final turtle has spawned up. Will we see a turtle dance coming in here? Con is close to the position to contest this turtle. It is all going to beckon if they are going to. No, it seems like they are not opting for it. It's a jungle invade rather.
I think I don't mind that. They want to be scaling. Sure, turtle kind of it sucks not being able to get turtle, but it's not worth it if you know that your team is going to scale a bit harder later in the game. So going for an invade is much safer and less riskier play. That's more guaranteed to get you a bit more farm. So I'm a big fan of this. We are going to see the Bravest Fighter being committed onto Jinx. Pops the Crimson Beacon. Going to see the Minnow and Fury on top of that as well. Nicely onto 2 with the Tempest of Blade. They should be able to clean up this fight nicely, but Khan falling down quite low. Seeing also Earthfall joining into the fight here with that heavy crossbow. Going to run them down here. Aizen is going to be able to land the shots. Not unfortunately not, as they do get Jinx without any contestation here, except for trading out jab on that Kalia. You're going to see Sylvana coming in with a raid here as well. It's sort of equalizing the net worth that Conqueror sort of generated with that red buff raid, but in the end, it's going to be Equinox coming down on top of this one.
Yeah, definitely. But that was a proper flicker coming in from Aizen, flickering out of that engagement, nearly falling, but also nearly catching the Erythel. But we do see the rotation from Equinox going for this Ling here into the top lane as Ling just jumps onto the walls and is out of harm's way.
I think they need to commit quite a lot to catch Ling this game. They have the Tsunami Slam from the Kalia, but they would need to pair it. Oh wait, hold on real quick while we see the Imperial Justice. Look at that damage coming in from Sylvana here. Mimic pops the Vengeance, trying to get away from this one. Kalia on board with the aggression right there. They managed to get the middle tower. That's pretty huge. The 8-minute mark. The Zushin is that kind of hero that likes to stand and stay nice and safe in that mid lane turret. And so taking that down sort of denies her that sort of control over the map. Also, one last thing that I really want to point out here, Sylvana going in for that Flame Retribution. Now, I think personally, Flame Retribution is really strong right now. It got buffed. You pick it on a hero that sort of has a bit of lockdown and has really high damage modifiers, like a hero like Sylvana. And so being able to use that in team fights is really huge. We are going to see the Minnow Fury coming down only onto one person, unfortunately. The Lord's going to be taken down by Sylvana there. We are going to see Aizen trying to get away from that Bravest Fighter. Fear the Phoenix off the mark, unfortunately, as Mimic defending his tower right there. Going to see Jinx getting on by jab, but Aizen will be able to finish off the kill in the return. That is going to cost him a red buff, though, as we've seen the fight continue down onto Mimic here. He's nice and tanky, though. He's not going to mind too much. As the Lord, it will charge up at that top tower.
Yeah, we do see Con going for that split push, just trying to get the focus off and get the lanes unevenly pushed. I mean, this does give Saint Dynasty the option, the option to get the Lord or keep the Lord away from that tier 2 turret. But yeah, we do see the lane syncing up once more.
I think blue retry on Ling is fine. Sure, I just as I said, like red retry is really good on heroes. I think Ling is actually pretty decent with red retry. But the reason you use blue retry on Ling is to use it while you're using the Tempest of Blades. The main purpose is not to speed you up. It's actually to slow the enemy down so that you can land that Tempest of Blades more reliably. So yeah, I think this game is, in my opinion, going okay for Saints. They are able to scale this up with the Minnow and Fury in the team fight. I don't think they have the biggest amount of follow-up for it, but later the game goes, that follow-up is going to just get a bit stronger with the Tempest of Blades and the Death Sonatas.
Yeah, well, we do see Ling is currently, if I'm just looking at each hit, right, she is currently doing a lot of damage. Oh, we do see the Minnow and Fury coming in. The Butterfly Lantern has been committed as well. The Fury of the Phoenix is into the mix. Well, we see Mimic falling. Kalia is hard focusing onto Esmeralda, but oh my word, Ling onto the back line, getting that Tempest of Blades and getting a pick-off kill as well. Currently, it's a 2-for-0 exchange in favor of Saint Dynasty.
Yeah, you look at Equinox's draft. They've got Tsunami Slam and Fear of the Phoenix. That's it. That's the rest of their well, even the Tsunami Slam as well. It's all pick off. They do not want to be going into a 5-on like a head-on collision with this type of draft. If they do, I'm more than certain Saints will come out on top of this one. So I want to be seeing a little bit more split pushing coming out from the side of Equinox, because right now the way their game is looking for them is looking really rough, because they're sort of forced into 5-on-5 situations, as we're going to see already. Tsunami Slam being committed onto Robin, of all people, as they had to see Hijime fall down to that Grange damage.
Yeah, I mean, Granger is currently stacking it up now. I will get the... okay, let me quickly see how much stacks he's running with now. It's 438 stacks just on his passive and 40 stacks on the Sky Piercer, right? So, I mean, this is not optimal for all, but we do see Con onto Kaido, but Kalia ends up getting the kill onto Con. So, Con will not be available for this Lord fight, second Lord of the match.
Oh, nice little play from the Sylvana there with that divine something. I forgot already. But that's the one. But it's not going to really turn into anything. They didn't really have the damage to follow off that Minnow Fury. As we're going to see the fight continue here with the Bravest Fighter onto the back line. Look at that damage. They're almost going to be able to get eyes in with that Bravest Fighter. Is Gusto Kata going to make it through? Yeah, and he is not. As Jinx shuts him down with that Sky Piercer of her own on that Zushin. They still managed to take the Lord there. So that's not such a bad trade for the side of Equinox. They can definitely use this Lord to get a bit more map pressure. I don't think they're going to be pushing with it, though.
I think they're just going to get those objectives, as you mentioned. I mean, at the end of the day, you need to get your objectives up now, because if I'm looking at the gold now, right, it's 1.2k in favor of Equinox. Saint Dynasty is definitely coming into this match right now. It's not in favor of Equinox as it was in the early stages of the game. I mean, the scaling is definitely coming in, and I mean, Minnow's healing is also, well, it's being zesty, bro, if I can use that word.
Oh man, that's what I want to see from coming in for Equinox, right? They need to be catching Con doing his split push shenanigans on the side lanes, and if they can keep reliably doing that, that cuts off the team fight potential coming in from the Fury. Because Ling is a very vital part to the way their team fights work. So now, without no Con for 20 seconds, I think they need to try and end this here in this sort of engagement. Otherwise, this looks rough for Equinox. They're going to try their best to start it off here. They're going to get the first kill onto Robin. That's a good start already. Mimic trying to hold the line there, but the heavy crossbow shots are just giving him a hard time when it comes to staying alive. They need to end this here. I think if they don't, it's going to look really rough. They have the opportunity to do it. There's the Fury of the Phoenix can land on the backline here. Mimic can go into the backline himself. Going to get the kill onto the ZT, and Monster Kill coming in from Aizen here. Shut down onto Irithel. This is looking really bad for the side of Equinox. Lapu Lapu, he's not going to make it out either. It's a double kill coming in from the side of Aizen, as this is a 5-for-1 trade coming in from Equinox. I mean, from Saint, sorry.
Saint Dynasty, but oh my word, what a team fight, bro. Hats off to Saint Dynasty with that one, bro. Saint Dynasty would definitely be
sorry to interrupt you here, stop. But it's over. I think it's over.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, it's only the Kalia, Zetian, and Erithal that will be up. I mean, the minion waves are there, so they definitely have this. I mean, oh, Fury of the Phoenix lands onto all 4 of Saint Dynasty's members here. Well, at least they got a tier 3 turret in return. I mean, bro, if I'm Equinox, I would definitely dread going into the next team fight.
Yeah, I mean, I know I said it's over and it wasn't, but I still believe it is. I think that team fight has turned the game on its head. I think now that sort of boosted Saint Dynasty's game plan into full effect. They have nothing holding them back at this point. So the team fights are going to look really difficult for the side of Equinox going forward at this point.
Yeah, well, bro, I'm going to add to that. They just needed that confidence boost with regard to the team fights, and I believe that's what they got. As we do see the engagement onto Lapu, Fury of the Phoenix has been committed.
Yeah, this Lord controls a bit too much now. Jinx is finishing up their items here, going in for a little bit of a hybrid sort of tanky build, a little bit of bruiser build, if you might call it that, as Gusukado getting gone on by Conqueror, comes in with the quick fingers, gets Conqueror's immortality down, has to pop the Tempest of Blades just to keep safe, but that's Granger getting taken down by the Sylvana right there. Gonna see a nice knockout coming in from Robin, trying to get them away. Are they gonna be able to take down Mimic though? Pops the Vengeance just to stay alive here, as I did not expect them to actually be able to get through the front line and get eyes in there. You can tell the Sylvana in this sort of situation is that sure, he doesn't scale too well, but if you get that nice set with the Imperial Justice, you go in, you focus down that one target, you can take them down quicker than they might imagine.
Yeah, well, bro, that was just so unfortunate. It's currently 16 each. Saint Dynasty does have the gold lead, but not that the gold is going to matter anymore. I mean, the third turtle does go in favor of Equinox. Granger is up, so Saint Dynasty would just need to get a proper defense here. So it's going to be the double Ds, like we like to call it, the disciplined defense in this next team fight, as we do see Con is going to go for that split push in the bottom just to get the lanes unevenly pushed. Will Lapu catch him? Oh, this is so close. And Con is out. He's gone. Cheers. Bye-bye. Nice seeing you.
Yeah, he's out of there. In this situation, if Kaylee had the flicker, that could have been the gain any play there. Just catch Con real quick with the Tsunami Sam flicker. Unfortunately, they went for the Revitalize. I mean, I can understand it. But I think, well, anyway, it's too late to talk about battle spells in this stage of the game. We all got to see, there it is. There's the Winter Crown coming in from the Sylvana. Will Saint Dynasty be able to sort of see this one coming with the Winter Crown, Imperial Justice play? There's the Fury of the Phoenix onto so many people. This could be the team fight that Equinox need to finish up this game. There's the Winter Crown coming down. The base is exposed at this point. Knight's going to be able to get the double kill there. Colby Robin is only there with Jinx and Mimic just to survive it. But oh, Jinx actually takes down the Irithel. That's their tower pusher gone. As now, we're going to look at Mimic just holding down 3 people all by himself. Doesn't have vengeance anymore to protect himself. Is he going to be able to make it out from this onslaught? Has the shields available as the Lord is getting taken down here. It's a 3-on-3 at this point. Saint Dynasty, they should be able to hold this one. That was real close, man. That was almost the end of the game for Saints again.
Yeah, bro, but I mean, like, what was that? That was proper defense coming in from Saint Dynasty, but look, Mimic on this Esmeralda, bro, that was a lot of damage sustained from the Esme, but look, unfortunately, Equinox not being able to focus onto the Nexus and take the Nexus down.
Yeah. I said earlier, like, this is what they want on the side of Equinox. They want the chaotic team fights. They want stuff not to be happening. How do I put it? They don't want things to be on paper. They want to sort of go outside of the box. They want to be able to get a pick off on the side, going into a 3v2 situation on the other side. They don't want that full-on collision, and that's exactly what they did in that fight. They got a pick off and then immediately capitalized on it. What I'm not liking so much is the someone split pushing on the side of Saint Dynasty. Sure, it protects you from any backdoor plays, but I genuinely think they're better off just sticking together. I think that's a mistake that Saints are making. That's costing them a few team fights.
Yeah, well, I mean, they are opting for that 4-1 push. It's time and time and again. I mean, we do see that, but we do see Esmeralda Mimic onto the Sylvana, just trying to bait out some skills. But that's
She did. She got the Imperial Justice out there. That's huge. That means this is going to be a free Lord for the side of Saints.
This is exactly what Saint Dynasty needed, as we do see the Granger does get it off. Oh, but the Tempest of Blade from Link coming in. The Butterfly Lantern coming into the mix as well. However, it is currently a 2-for-0 exchange. Make that a 3-for-0 exchange, as Zushin does pick up the double kill. And the minions taking down a tier 3 turret in the bot lane.
Okay, now it's over. Now it's over, Scorpio. There's nothing. I think there's nothing Equinox can do. I think this game's over now. Even with immortalities there, it's over, man. Gosakada's gonna try and fight his way through this, but the respawn times are just way too long for his team. He's gonna fight this one out with the bravest fighter, brave as can be, but that is gonna be the first game going into the hands of St. Dynasty. As you see some respawn.
But what a fight coming in from the side of St. Dynasty. Look, I'm not taking anything away from Equinox. I mean, this was a back and forth match, bro. But Jinx picking up the MVP with the Zushin and Al picking it up with the Sylvana. So that does conclude the first the first match in this best of 3 series. We will be heading into the second match. I just quickly want to see something here. 217,000 damage taken from the Esmeralda, bro. Not even the Minnow got close to that. But yeah, GG's. GG's.
GG's, yeah. Man, that was I think that was definitely down to Mimic there. At that the second to last fight at the St. Dynasty base, where Zushin managed to get the pick off onto the tower damage dealer, which was the Earthel. But it was still dangerous at that point for St. Dynasty. But Mimic just 1v3'd, held them back while they cleared up minions in the base, and that gave them enough time to reorganize and stay in the game. So yeah, Mimic was definitely a vital part to the victory of St. Dynasty in that first match.
Lotus, what's your thoughts on that match?
Well, to be honest, I was wondering why did Equinox go for that last team fight. Why did they go for the Lord? They should have focused on the lanes instead. I mean, you saw the comps. St. Dynasty had a way better team fight comp, like Rico said. So why put yourself through that and then costing yourself the match?
Yeah, I thought Erythel just go Rambo on that Lord, trying to go for that large critical strike with the heavy crossbones, the Lord, for hoping for a retry steal. But I mean, you get the retry steal maybe with a heavy crossbow, a very low chance, but maybe you get it. But you throw your life away. I think that was just was not the play to go for that Lord steal.
It would have been way better if they sacrificed a Lord to St. Dynasty and then made sure to push the lanes so that they're unevenly pushed, so that not Lord still. Instead, focus on the lanes. They would have lost that Lord anyway. So why sacrifice yourself for a losing team fight?
But yeah. Anyway, Lotus and Scorpy, I'll hand this draft over to you guys.
Alright, so Getcha being the first ban from the side of St. Dynasty, and Equinox responding with a CC. Right, I am going to mention this, right? It's not that often that you do see a Getcha in getting played or picked up in this 5-man scene, and as well as Bedang. I mean, I love playing with the Getcha Bedang combo, but Equinox removing Lancelot.
Phobia's also getting banned out. Definitely some focus put on the XP and roaming positions from the side of St. Dynasty, and Clint once again getting banned out.
Con picking up the YSS as the first pick for the side of St. Dynasty. I mean, god damn. YSS is definitely, I mean, we've mentioned this on multiple occasions. YSS is definitely one of the 3 heroes that you should contest for early on, as Gosu Akado picks up the Yuzong. So we will have that backline diver, and well, if the Yuzong is played correctly, and if Gosu does get that early game rotation, he can put a lot of pressure onto St. Dynasty in the early parts of the match.
Very much so, and Jav. Oh, sorry. Mike muted us. Mincetar are also getting picked up. So a somewhat counter-engaging hero. So you have Yuzong to go into and diving in, and then you also have the Mincetar to counter-engage in the team fights.
Yeah, well, look, I mean, if you're looking at a five-man scene, ideally, typically, depending on how you draft, you would like to pick up your initiator and then your re-initiate the hero. So that is exactly what it is going to be for the side of Equinox. Yuzong will be the initiator, or it could be the Mincetar. So you've got that double initiation role coming in from both of them. It either is going to come down to Mincetar getting the King's Calling and then the Yuzong coming in with the Black Dragon, or, vice versa. But we do see Call Me Robin does pick up the Kalia, and Jinx going with the Valor. I mean, Valir into this mix-up, especially with the Yuzong. Valir actually counters the Yuzong very nicely, especially with that pushback. But Yuzhu Mei does pick up the Faza.
I'm also loving the Villiers pick because even if he's caught out by the King's Calling with that spear, he can also escape. But there's respect coming in for the Esmeralda. Esmeralda getting banned out from the side of Equinox.
Now, if I'm looking at Saint Dynasty's draft at their first three picks, right? Mimic is either going to go for the Uranus or he's going to go for the Arlord. It's one of the two. I hate to say it, but that's what I'm smelling. That's what I'm smelling. Saint Dynasty is cooking, and if I'm going to make a reference, is if you smell what the Saints are cooking. Couldn't wait to do that. But a sight with the final ban for the side of Equinox, definitely banning out the Erithal. That should be given Eisen the free chance to pick up the Granger, unless Equinox is going to contest for that Granger pick.
To me,
Your
fun
team
is all that
is
matters.
I think they definitely want to go for the Granger. But
Experience the
yeah, there it is, the Granger. Sight is actually pretty good on the Granger. We have seen some multiple good plays coming out from him. Eisen going through the entire arsenal of marksmen at the moment.
I wouldn't call it the entire arsenal. There was 4 of them, but Eisen picking up the Bruno.
There was at least 6.
Oh, okay. Chat.
There was at least 6.
Chat. Let's check that one through, please. Let's go do fact check. Mimic picking up the glue. I did not expect that, but Al will definitely get the Leomord. So, ladies and gentlemen, that does conclude the second match's draft for you. Saint Dynasty picking up the YSS, Kalia, Bruno, Glue, and Jinx has the Valir. I mean, coming in with that golden Saint Seiya skin. Will it be that one though? But Equinox having the Yuzong, Mincetar, Faza, Granger, and Leomord. I am going to have to say I am actually once more favoring Equinox's draft, but I'm not going to take it away from Saint Dynasty. They've got a pretty darn strong draft into the mix. So, ladies and gentlemen, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button as we will be heading into the second match in this best of 3 series. Casting your blow-by-blow action in this match will be Lotus and Mr. Rika himself. Let's go!
Let's go!
Welcome to
Yeah,
Mobile
I mean, I
Legends.
think Mincetar is underpicked here, completely underpicked, underutilized here in these 5-on-5s. I really like this hero. I think it does so much. It's not about countering their heroes. I think the main purpose of Mincetar is disabling Flicker. I think Flicker is such a valuable spell in these games, and being able to just reliably lock people down with it, with the King's Calling, is such a strong thing to have in your draft. We are looking at pretty hectic goal, some fists being thrown in the middle lane here, some hands being thrown, not fists, same thing. But I think the Valir is a nice answer to the Mincetar. Like Lotus said, once you get hit with the King's Calling and you get those Mincetar stacks on you that you're ready in for a stun, you can just remove it with that Vengeance Flame on that on the Valier. But already nice little gank coming in from the side of Equinox here, forcing out the flicker from Ivan.
Lotus?
That is true, but if is wrong. Did you see that? Here.
Okay, we got
Yeah?
some noises coming in from Lotus right there. As Robin, oh no, Robin! No! Okay. I don't know if a pause earlier would have made a difference, but he was currently doing the Michael Jackson on that wall.
Moonwalking away.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, Lotus. That is a catastrophic occurrence for the side of St. Dynasty. They do not want to be giving away a kill, especially to a Granger of all heroes, who's going to be able to capitalize off that kill quite a lot. Lotus? Okay. Anyway.
All right, Rico.
Carry.
Yeah, it seems like it would be me and you then. I'm just quickly checking out the group just to see when we can continue with the match.
Let me fix the Wi-Fi.
All right. Yeah. I mean, that's it's really not good for the side. I'll say it again. But however, I mean, if we're looking at YSS coming in right now, he's at level 4. He's managed to get quite a lot of advantage out of this distraction that is the top lane here as we continue into the match going forward. Hopefully Robin's back. Looks like he is.
And with his first hit already in, Mountain Shocker already committed by Conquer so early in the game and not really getting anything out of it.
Mm-hmm. As we now see, it's gonna be that first turtle. Robin is locked in now. A bit of a gold lead already. We're going to see a nice knockup coming in from Robin here. Needs to be quite careful of that Minotaur. Can drag him under tower with that feathered airstrike doing of damage there, but it forces the flicker out from the Kalia. This should be a nice and easy turtle once again for the side of Equinox. And what I mean by once again is that they've been controlling these turtle fights throughout this series so well.
Yeah, Distant Sky,
That is true.
thank you for that donation, bro. We appreciate the support. Thank you for that 200 KES. I don't know what currency that is, but thank you for the donation.
Yo, 200k, yes. Let me go look up what that is. That's going to be like a million rand.
Lotus, back to you.
Well, I mean, so far it's been going well in the game for the side of Equinox. They did manage to secure 400 gold lead, but right now it's not that big and still manageable for the side of St. Dynasty.
Yep, as we see that Vengeance Flame committed by Jinx. It's just using that Purify aspect of that skill to remove the Shah residue coming in from the Yu Zhong here. As we see another is Robin moonwalking again. I really hope not. I hope he's not doing that moonwalk.
Same, but at least the moonwalk is probably keeping the viewers entertained. But right now it does seem like the Liam Mort did go for a bit of a small creep invade. And the engagement once again onto this Yuzhong. I'm curious, if the Glue uses his ultimate on the Yuzhong, and Yuzhong uses his Black Dragon form, does that immediately cancel the Glue's ult?
I shouldn't. I don't. I think Glue will go on a dragon ride with him. I think that's how that works. I think it's because Yuzhong's ult is it's CC immunity, right? And CC immunity itself is not strictly. It does not strictly remove stuns.
Okay.
Or debuffs such as the grab.
We see Yuzhong also trying to help the Glue with the Yuzhong, but Yuzhong is a boy, especially so early in the game. It's only late game that he really struggles.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't call him tanky. I would just call him just sustainable. He has so much healing with that Shah residue so early on that he just looks impossible to kill. But you're right. Then he's tanky. I'm sorry. It's not very nice of me to disagree with you there.
Disagreement is good and it causes much for entertainment's sake. But we do see the second turtle up in 2 seconds. It doesn't seem like the Ascension wants to contest. Would rather maybe go for some farm. Please don't lead to another pause. Okay. So the second turtle.
I mean, we're looking at Robin and just having a good time in the fountain right now. Just having a little snooze around. Maybe the game's got to him a bit. He was trying a bit too hard in the games. Needs a little break.
Well, we all do need a break every now and then. But
yeah, what better time to take a break?
Matches are for.
What? Name me a better time to take a break than in the middle of a tournament match, right?
Yeah, I mean, he just probably wants to enjoy the skin.
Oh yeah, and Con wants a little bit of that action as well. It's just just a good time in the fountain. Just admiring that Isunshin base on the crystal. It's got a cool skin on it with that collector skin on the Isunshin. So yeah, who wouldn't want to just have a nice stare at it?
Yeah, just some sightseeing. I mean, you know how players are; they don't get out much.
Yeah. You gotta stay indoors, do all that. Eisen, oh no, we got a bit of a gank here on him. He's gonna sort of scout it out. We see Robin is actually gonna be the first one to wake up from his slumber. Gonna sort of sightsee in the jungle here. I don't know if he wants to sightsee in that jungle. It would be better to sightsee in the other one because there's currently 3 people in that jungle.
True, and it does seem like Sight will be able to take down the first turret in the game under 6 minutes.
Oh yeah, this is not looking good for Saints. This could be content throws maybe. Could be a situation where they're like, okay, well we gave you the first, we smashed you the first game, but we'll give you this one.
Do you know what this constant freezing reminds me of? When I was having a participating in a drama class. Now there's this one time where you have to act and do all this stuff, and then immediately someone says freeze, and then everyone has to freeze and stay quiet. A tableau, I think it's called. And then you continue, and then they pause, and then you continue and pause. But we continue.
Yeah, I could also name something else. It feels like it's Saint Dynasty. They've been asked if they speak English or Spanish.
I'm not even gonna ask.
Alrighty, we are going to see Mimic going in with the grab here. Nice Purify coming out from the side of that path right there, but the Tsunami Slam is committed, knowing there's no Purify available. Mimic's going to be able to get the kill there, but we are going to see the Phantom Feet coming down, calling Robin on top of the King's Calling. Not going to be any escape for him there, as Mimic's getting the one getting gone on here by the rest of the team. Yeah, this is very unfortunate for the side of Saints. They've got okay, we're just gonna hit the surrender button. I think it might have been a situation where Con was removed from the game. That has happened a few times where you disconnect enough times that it just takes you out.
Victory!
That is true, and if I remember correctly, when it was the top 16 players playing, it was also some lag issues coming out from, I think it was Saint Dynasty. They managed to win the game 4v5, but it's still difficult to deal with right now.
Oh man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. We'll come back to you about what's happened in this game. Will that count as a loss for Saint Dynasty, or will that be just? I mean, we could go into a reset, a real draft. It was still quite early in the game, but I don't think they're going to allow that. I think it was too much has happened in order for an actual reset of the game. So, in my opinion, this should be a win for Equinox.
All right, so
Sure, but if it is a win,
yeah, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just quickly going to get the intro up and running for you. Let's just get the technical difficulties sorted out here. It won't take too long. Just give us a minute, and we will be back with you in a jiffy.
Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. Take for their disease. Just like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. Flip cards into weak and harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Feed like a disease, bring them to their knees. They'll pay for their disease. Just like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we want retribution. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. They'll pay for their disease. Just like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. Flip cards into weak and harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back to, well, Equinox up against Saint Dynasty. So unfortunately, there has been some complications, and yeah. So nonetheless, we will be restarting second match. And as much as I don't like to say this, but yeah, It's going to be same drafts, same bands, right? And first turtle going in favor of Equinox. So saying Dynasty may not contest for the turtle.
I'm fighting it, man. I think it's such a weird rule to like just blatantly say, "Oh, give first turtle to the other team." Like, I don't think that makes any sense.
Yeah, so beanies. Okay, let me quickly do this, right? As you can see, Toyota is currently in lobby. I'm just going to pop him a message and tell him you are looking for him. All right, so this is a compromise. He didn't want to allow a restart, so this is a compromise. Remember, no more pauses. So whatever happens, my bad. There's a frog throat in my a
A
frog,
frog in your throat.
a frog in my throat. What this? Christopher moments. Let's go. All right, both teams are ready. Let's go. Good luck and have fun to both teams. Did he get towed? I think.
Did he?
No, did he?
Oh,
Get towed, yeah. He's referring to Toyota.
alright.
Because we've been trolling him in the general chat that he should go and play in the dust with his dinky toy car.
And into the drafting phase we go. You did say that the draft will be the same, correct?
Yes, that is correct. So yeah, listen, ladies and gentlemen, this is unfortunately it's not our call to make. We are only the streamers and casters, so we.
That's true. Even though I personally have a huge problem with this, but yeah, it's not my call. Not my call.
Okay, so Shroomsy, this
Kids,
is
don't do the
yeah, it's the
My
same
kiss grants
Your
you
team
immortality
same draft
or death.
apparently. But
Ready?
yeah,
Your
no,
team is banned.
it's a restart of the match. Same draft,
I am the
and
moonlight that
Saint
breaks
Dynasty
through
is
the
not allowed
darkness.
to contest for the first turtle of the match.
Sir,
But
what's your
they
command?
have
Your
0
team is
pauses
banned.
left.
What happens if there is need for a pause for Satan Dynasty? Does the match equal as a forfeit? Or they have to play 4v5?
Well, they'll just have to play 45.
Like they did in the top 16 stages.
Yeah.
If you can pull it off once, you can pull it off again. But this teaches all kids at home. If you make a decision, stay with it. Don't change the decisions the entire time. But we do see some Into the Dark System bans coming out.
They call me a hero because I saved my
I just feel like
nation
there's
from
too many
falling apart.
loopholes in this. Like you can be like, oh, I was just walking past, but the enemies ganked me.
Payback
At that
time.
situation, I had to use my escape skill to get over the wall and accidentally steal the turtle. On that, oh no. I feel like even if it's such a small, like a tiny chance that it happens, it still can happen. It's such a there's too many loopholes. But yeah,
I mean, that first kill that they got on, who was it? Robin? With the Kalea, so that also goes away, so all they get now is the turtle.
Latest inventions.
yeah. Or it's a situation where I was aiming my flame shot to get that kill. It's a pity that they dodged the flame shot and it stole the turtle. Oh no. Do we have to start again after that because they got the turtle?
Team is picking.
I do think that they will probably all just stay away from the turtle because right now they do not have any pause chances left, as we have mentioned. So you don't have any more
Experience the
risks
youth in
in
their
that sense that you
suffering.
can do. So don't play stupid. Just play the game after sacrificing the first turtle.
Yeah. Well, it can play it soft, right? Yeah, I mean, it can sort of like I feel like maybe Saints are in a really good position. They get a good jungle raid. They control the map, that the half of the map that the turtle's going good in. Like, and then they're not allowed to go turtle. Then that could really like just swing things so much. It just don't make sense.
Or,
Anyway,
or
moving
in
on.
Equinox, only one person can focus on the turtle, and the rest will try a jungle invade or try several ganks. So it isn't fun for the viewers and the casters, but at the same time, we're just the streamers and casters. We do not make the rules.
Well, what about this? What about this? They don't go to or Equinox. Okay, dude, this is actually a big brain strategy here. Equinox, they don't go turtle. They just don't take turtle at all. And then all of a sudden, Saints are not allowed to take the first turtle. So they just nobody takes turtle.
I was thinking of the same thing earlier.
Well, we
Well,
will.
then what happens there? You know, it's. I'm speaking to Nigel after this, man. What is this?
But into the match we go. Right now, similar rotations coming out from both junglers.
True. I feel like with Saint Dynasty on board here, I think their early game is a bit stronger in this situation. The Jinx with those fireballs should be able to do quite a lot of work early game, especially into the melee, mostly melee core coming in from the side of Equinox. Sure, they have two ranged heroes, but what they want to be doing early game is with their melee heroes. However, I think. Wait, sorry, it wasn't Glue and Yuzhong in the bottom lane, so this sort of changes the game as well again. Wait, so does that mean they're gonna get this messes up the order of things as well? I've just realized. So who was first pick the first game? It was
It was in Dynasty.
Yeah, so it was Saint Dynasty first pick in the first game. So and then the second match didn't count, so it was first pick for. That means it's gonna be okay. Hold on, I'm gonna talk about it later while we see the fight here. Phantom Steed committed by the Lancelot. That's not Lancelot. That's Leomord.
Leomord, you've got your horses crossed there.
Yeah,
But
I don't know why I couldn't just call him Leomord. I don't know. But that means on this game 2, that means game 3 is going to be. It's going to be Equinox again with the first pick, so it would mess up the draft a little doing the restart.
maybe not. But let's see how the teams play. The first turtle is taken down. Looks not like they won't be going for that strat you mentioned of leaving the turtle. But we do see the feathered airstrike coming out. Jinx almost taken down.
Oh, there it is. There's the lethal ignition. It finishes him off. That was crazy. The amount of damage that Faster does, it's ridiculous.
It's true, and the only reason I said yes there was not because of any bias, but I love seeing a Farsa with that amount of damage, especially so early in the game. If a Farsa has a good early game, she can have an amazing late game, because she doesn't really fall off late game, despite her good wave clearing abilities early game. So she's an amazing hero.
Yeah, very, very strong in that sense. Just does everything, right? Has the team fight, has escape, has damage, has pick off. It's everything you need in a mage. We are going to see a little bit of a gang coming in from Robin right there. They should be able to take down this Equation nice and easy with the Phantom Steed as well. Committed by Leomord. Going to try and go in here, but as I said before, Valir, this early on in the game is not a you want to be messing with.
That is true. Valir is actually pretty strong early game, but would you say he's strong late game as well?
I don't think he's actually that strong late game. Yeah, I think he's sort of the tick damage utility mages aren't that good late game because their damage comes out a bit too slowly, and or their effects come out a bit too slowly, like your Zushin and your Valir, right? So in a late game situation, they're just gonna pop, right? That's what happens. They just pop immediately without getting their full utility out.
Okay. We do see the next turtle coming up in 10 seconds. Essential is already there. Leomord also making his way to the turtle. And Kalea going for the dive.
Not the much follow-up there, so I think it's way too risky of a play there coming in from Robin, unfortunately. But good news, guys. St. Dynasty can contest this. Oh, nice banter shot coming out from Conqueror, but it's going to backfire as the King's calling in response is out of there. Goes to Kado. He wants to try and go in here, but does not get the right amount of lockdown for Eisen. He had to burn the flicker for that, though, as you also see Mimic going in a little bit here. Might have the grab onto Jav. Gonna pop him back here. Should be able to get the kill right there as here comes Robin coming into the turtle fight right there. It's gonna be the retribution though going to the Lancelot as Jinx. Oh, a nice Vengeance Flame. Almost uses it before ticking out to the Yuzhong passive here. Another grab coming in from Mimic there. Gets another kill as the Phantom Steed as well. Committed here. They should be able to get Robin first. Petrify is on top of that from the side of a Ghost Ocado into a 2 kills for the side of Equinox as Mimic wants to keep going here. Is just popping down those first skills. Should be able to get another grab. I'm pretty sure if he wants to, but he's not going to commit. Oh no, he does. He just commits for it here. Valio on the side there doing the damage. Are they going to be able to get Ghost Ocado here evading that first kill from it? A fireball will finish off the job as Mimic. I think he's going to have another grab up quite soon, because if you get a kill while you have the grab, you'll be able to do it again. Mimic comes in, gets another kill for his team. Hijume does equalize a little bit with the Valia, but Mimic just went out there for free, got those kills without any sweat.
True. Right now we're almost into the 6-minute mark. It is 66, and both teams are actually even in gold.
Oh yeah, that's
Like,
interesting.
it's totally even.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense, right? I think the Saints have been playing these team fights really well, but just the fact that they have the turtles is probably why that they're the equal. The lane gold is so even. We are going to see a nice little kill here onto lights down here, or sight, sorry, on the bottom lane right there. Well played from Robin. A nice tsunami slam going through.
That is true. Feathered airstrike going up, but Mimic is so sustainable and tanky. So we might see this tier 1 turret fall in the bottom lane. Not yet. Good defense coming out from the side of Equinox, and Yuzhong engaging onto Conqueror, but doesn't commit right now.
Oh yeah. Okay, here we go. Third turtle of the game. Probably, yeah, definitely the last turtle of the match. Already, the Limon's kind of just in position to get this done for their team, but we're going to see the back dragon form coming through. Going to go onto that back line. A little bit of a risky play. He's quite far away from his team, but a push back from the Villiers puts him back into position as the Tsunami Slam does come on to Ghost Ocado. They're going to be able to get the kill on him nice and quick. But the Leomord with the Phantom Steed is just going around, swinging that lance around. That is a lance, right? I think that's what you
Yes,
call Leomord's weapon. Yes.
But the damage already coming out from Bruno, he was about to take the Leomord down. I almost also called him the Lancelot. About to take the Leomord down, so Leomord would have to be careful, and Equinox just has to make sure to inhibit this Bruno's farming as much as they can.
As now, heading into the mid-section of the game here, with people finishing up a few items for themselves. I'm surprised that Isanjin hasn't managed to sort of generate that classic Isanjin like farming speed. Leomord's been keeping up, even if the YSS is behind and Leomord's in a few kills ahead. I think it sort of makes sense that they're even on farm. In fact, Isanjin has more money than the Leomord at this current moment, so I guess it is true in the end. But as I said, looking at these items. And the sort of timings on both of the teams, I'm liking what Saints are able to do with this sort of timing here. With Khan's like level 13 already, I think they're going to be able to do quite a lot when it comes to these next sort of team fights here.
I definitely agree with you there. It does seem like Al might be caught out of position, but call me Robin, getting caught out.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get blown up by that Phantom Thief once again. Goes to Carter, goes in, tries to get eyes in, but has the flicker available to get out. We're gonna see the grab coming in from Mimic, as per usual. Being a menace, gonna tank a few tower shots. You're not gonna be able to get the kill on Hijime as the fight continues. Actually, on the bottom here, they're gonna be able to take one down before they go out. But Sight will be able to get another kill, stacking up those Granger stacks.
That team fight ended up into a 3-for-1 exchange, but Leomord taking down, stealing the red buff right under Yi Sunshin's nose. The thing is, I think Equinox definitely also wants his mid lane turret, but St. Dynasty is just doing such a good job at defending it.
Oh, Tsunami Slam actually, but no follow-up. But Robin, I think he's struggling a little bit on this Kalia, trying to find the right angles to go in. I think, you know, it might be a situation where Robin's been used to playing all these set fights for his team, but Kalia, the Tsunami Slam is not exactly a set. It's more of a pick-off tool, right? So he might be more comfortable with that sort of play style in the end. We are going to see Jinx. Oh, look at that damage. Pop the Vengeance Flame. Jinx. Oh, he didn't have it. No Vengeance Flame there for Jinx. Get timed up by the Shard Residue from Ghost to Ocado. That's going to be 2-for-0 with the Lord trade on top of it. We're going to see Mimic getting gone on here. Not going to be able to make it out unless he has the grab. Gets out with a flicker, but gets shot down by a Death Sonata.
A 3-for-0 exchange in the favor of Equinox. They managed to take the Lord with that mid tier 1 turret. This does work well in their favor. They might be able to take down a tier 2 turret or two of them.
Oh yeah. You can see the better airstrikes just palming it down, sending Kalia back to the base. Yeah, this is looking really rough for Saints. This is not like game 1 where I was glazing the heck out of their draft going into the late game. This is not the same draft. This is going to look really difficult for the side of Saints going forward in these fights.
I agree with you, but they do have these late game scalers. I mean, Yi Sunshin is also pretty decent in the late game. And Bruno becomes a monster after he gets his items and full utility, so they do have a chance if they make sure to stall the game for a bit longer.
That's true. As we sort of have the Lord taken down, we still have all 3 turret shields on the sides there. We're going to see Ghost Okada getting hit by the Tsunami Slam. I don't think you want to be going on that kind of target with the Tsunami Slam. You kind of maybe want the Granger or the or even the Leomord, right? I know Fast is a bit risky because she has the Purify, but it's not Yizhong, I'll tell you that you want.
Definitely not the Yuzhong, and I mean, the thing that Robin is also struggling with is even when he does this Tsunami Slam, there's no one that follows up. When, like you said, he's used to playing the set heroes, and when he uses sets, everyone follows up. But right now, it's a bit difficult to follow up. They're underfarmed, and his initiations isn't working out.
Indeed. As I see a little bit of a fight coming out on the top. Okay, yeah, they know they can't take Okado down, even if he's not the most farmed on the enemy. He's still he's got 2 items here, and those 2 items matter a lot with the War Axe and the Queen's Wings. He's really tanky at this point. It's not easy whatsoever to take down. As we're also looking at the Lord coming in about 20 seconds for the side onto the side of Equinox's map. Right, they have map control over the Lord pit right now, so they should be able to take this quite safely. Although Saint Dynasty, they're looking to maybe contest this one. I think that's the correct choice. They definitely need to make some plays done. Saying now already, Con goes in with a mountain shocker, gets a nice stun onto a few people. They're going to use that opportunity to try and take down the Lord fast while the enemy is kind of low. They don't really have that much sustain, so I kind of like this angle. Here comes the Black Dragon form though on to Aizen, trying to mess around with it. He's alone, so actually he might be getting picked off here. Conqueror takes him down. Mimic with a grab, goes down onto the jab and makes it out as well. Huge play coming in from St. Dynasty here. That's going to swing things a little bit.
And that decision making was beautiful. They knew the Leomord was not near to steal engagement onto Hijime, taking her down. And Al might also manages to escape, barely escape. That was beautiful.
You can see its HP bar right now. It didn't exist.
I mean, he was split pushing, and that was a good decision, somewhat. And then the enemy saw him split pushing and said, "Let's go for Lord now." He's not near. He can't retrieve.
Yeah, I have to credit that play to Khan there. It wasn't any of the flashy plays we saw. It was all down to that extremely early mountain shocker, getting the 3-man stun, nuking down HP bars to about half on multiple members of the side of Equinox. It completely shut them down from an opportunity to contest that Lord because they were just half HP. So that was a really wise play coming in from Khan. Now they're going to be able to use this Lord to charge down this tower. There's no Church Shield as well available for the side of Equinox. So this Lord's going to do that 50% damage onto that tower. They should be able to take it down as well with the follow-up here. Here comes Robin with a jump here. Doesn't commit to a completely Black Dragon form as well committed right there. Going to try and knock down this Lord here. Try and not let it get any more tower damage than it needs to. We're going to see the Tsunami Slam onto the Yuzong coming through with a killing spree on from Conqueror. There's the King's Calling. A pretty nicely placed one at that as well. Mimic wants to go in the grab, but he's underneath the towers. He's going to be able to make it out. He's not going to be able to. Psych gets the kill as now Aizen wants to go in with those soccer balls. Going to be able to dive the tower. He's going full aggression mode right now. He's got no fear. Although now he's in a bit of a precarious position. Is he going to try and get out here? I mean, mate, you might want to... Oh, okay, no, he's fine. They've got minions coming down in the bottom here. Is this the ending angle? Is the game just over at this point? If they kill the Leomord at this situation, they could just focus down the base here. They've got 1 minion. If they can keep that 1 minion alive, they can end the game. They shut down onto the Leomord. They're going to focus down the base. Akado, he's not even going to try. He's going to try, but it's not going to be enough as Saint Dynasty are going to be able to take this game 2-0.
Ho, ho, ho. GG's well played to both teams, and Saint Dynasty, it looked very dire for them in the early stages of the match. It was just that one swing coming in and allowing Saint Dynasty to get this through. So a lot of credit needs to go to Khan there with setting up some team fights there at the end. But look, bro, let's be honest, right? That early gameplay coming in from Mimic on the glue, that grab was like so insane.
I'm actually gonna go replay that to myself. Yeah, I want to count how many times he chained the grabs there. It was like I think it was 3 to 4.
It was 4 times.
Maybe it was 3. Was it 4 times
that
he chained the grab? Oh my lord.
But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, this does see Saint Dynasty going through to the semi-finals of the upper brackets. Equinox, they are not done yet within the MSA Cup. They will be just heading down to the lower brackets. So you will get to see them and their awesome gameplay coming in. So GG's to Equinox, giving Saint Dynasty a run for their money in this match. But without further ado, let's head into Vikings up against Immortal Order.
Now this is gonna be fun.
No biased commentary from Lotus. So Lotus, you will unfortunately be sitting out in the casting of your team's game.
I am so unbiased during the games. It's only outside the games that I'm biased. But when I'm doing the casting, the blow-by-blow casting, I'm very unbiased. I just call the plays for what they are.
Oh, who lives in a pineapple under the sea? Oh, where's the encore there? SpongeBob SquarePants! Who's this yellow and absorber, says he?
Sharing a silent toast.
SpongeBob SquarePants! Wow, thank you, Rika. And,
sorry. I was busy watching. I was busy just going through the replay there. Yeah, Mimic grab 4 times. That is ridiculous.
I didn't watch SpongeBob, so I couldn't do the whatever you wanted.
No, I feel the love. I feel the love, chat. Let's all report Lotus, please. Thank you. Thank you. Lotus, you know by now it's all love, you know? You don't get thrown with buses anymore. Now it's just roses with a lot of thorns.
I can deal with that.
Scopy, what username? RAR3SSK.
Aries Kenshi.
It's
Aries Kenshi.
Aries Kenshi.
Oh, Aries. Okay, I was always wondering what it meant.
You're not the only one. My brother and I always mistook it for Erishknish.
Yes.
So if you go and translate it from Japanese, right, it's Ram Swordsman. So it's quite unique. It is obviously me being an Aries, so that's where the Aries Kenshi comes from. So Aries is Ram, and then Kenshi is Swordsman. I love my swords, and yeah. If my new wallpaper. Oh, chat, let's spam one for Rika because he is the best. He gifted me my early Christmas present, giving me the wallpaper engine, and I have to say I am loving my wallpapers at this moment. So yeah, kudos. Thank you, Rika. Once more. I can't thank you
No.
enough.
No worries. That's fine. It was yeah. I mean, wallpaper engine. It's very good program that you can use to get animated wallpapers on your computer. So I saw Scarpy with just a boring old still image, and I was like, what? No way.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, whilst we get the next lobby up and sorted, I will be heading into the pause screen for just a quick second or two. We will be back with you shortly. Please hit that like, share, and subscribe button, and don't run away, because up next we've got Vikings up against Immortal Order.
Let's see if Shroomsy will not feed this time. Let's go.
Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. Take for their disease. Just like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. Flip cards into weak and harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Feed like a disease, bring them to their knees. They'll pay for their disease. Just like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we want retribution. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. Take for their disease. Just like a weed spread.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are going into the second match of the evening. It's going to be a best of 3 between Vikings up against Immortal Order. The team that wins here, same story as per the previous match, goes into the upper bracket semi-finals, and the loser will be going to the lower brackets. So both teams, good luck and have fun. And I can't wait for this one. This is going to be entertaining.
And you said I should keep my bias in check.
That was anything I said there biased towards any of the teams?
I also said the match is going to be fun, and then you said I was being biased.
Well, you want to
Mm,
say
mm.
what exactly was any biased opinion there? What I said. I saw your
When I said
evidence
the
now.
matches were entertaining, you also said it was biased.
Oh, no, but
But into the draft phase now.
All right, into the drafting phase we go. Sorry, I'm just quickly going to pop off the links quickly because, well, that was quite a long wait and pause. So let's just get this out and get everyone back in the chat here with us. So, ladies and gentlemen, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. We would appreciate your support all the way. Let's go. Swart busy, yo, swart busy, het kan gaan. Die ding was wild, yo. As Matilda gets banned out from the side of Immortal Order as first ban, and Vikings responding with the glue.
Glue is something we have seen from a lot of the teams in MSA, and he's actually been such a pain. It's no wonder that he's in the banning section.
1, 2, 3. What? Am I fine?
This land is our homeland. and it
Sorry,
will
I'm just
soon
getting the
be our
poll up
burial
for the
ground.
chat.
Lapa Lapa also getting banned out from the side of Immortal Order. Lapa Lapa, we did see some good plays from this hero in the previous matchup of the who was it? Equinox versus Saint Dynasty. So, and Lapa Lapa in and of himself is such a strong hero. So you definitely want to get rid of this guy. And then
They call me a hero
Kiroa.
because I saved
Banning
my
out the
nation from
Ascension.
falling apart.
It's Curva. It's Kirva.
Curva.
Curva. Or if you really want to be dyslexic, right, you can say Kina. Because the R does tie into the V. And Kina, that looks like a cursive N. So chat, who do you think it is? Is it Curva or Kina? Let's see what the chat pops off here for us. Currently, the vote's going in favor of Immortal Order. Yay!
Thorns remain.
Lancelot getting banned out, so no Thorn Roses for the side of Vikings.
Two of the strongest junglers getting banned out this time, so we might be able to see some other options in the jungle this time. Exborg is open, Fredrin is open, but these would also probably depend on the team's comps and how they would want to counter each other.
I mean, that is true. Look, it all comes down to, I want to see, because Immortal Order does have the first
Time
pick
to
here.
draft
as we do see Vikings banning out the Joy. Right, we haven't seen Muffin feature with the Joy for the side of Immortal Order. My question is it going to be XP that's going to get picked up first? Is it going to be Mage? Or is it going to be the jungle? I mean, we did see Immortal Order featuring with the Uranus the previous match, and that first matchup in the top 16 up against DBZ. So that was a very strong draft coming in from them. So I'm very curious if they are going to go with that option once more, as Shroomsy does capitalize on the 50 seconds that the tournament lobby does grant you.
To a young heart, everything is
And there is the Uranus. I mean, if you want to pick up this hero, you also have to be careful of a Baksha being taken up, an Esmeralda being taken up. So you might be in a little danger there.
Mhm. Well, oh, Mystic picking up the X-Borg. Right, it's going to be an X-Borg up against a Uranus in the XP lane, right? But I am smelling a Bedang pick for the side of Order, right? But let's see if Curva or Kina. The chat hasn't even responded to my question yet. Like, chat, why? Why? I'm asking questions, but no one is answering. I'm speaking to myself, but the trees are not listening. As Curva does pick up the Sicilian for the side of Vikings. I mean, that Bat's Feast can come in clutch and do a lot of damage, especially following up by the Sanguine Claws. That does give Vikings an extra set composition for the side of them. But the Jadora, Kitora, you know, I am just going to call you Jadora. He's going to say I pronounced it incorrectly once more, but it's okay.
The Italian accent coming out by Ghidorah picking up the Xavier. The only problem with the Sicilian is he takes a while to get those stacks, so he's a bit restricted when it comes to spamming that first skill. But Shroomsy picking up the Kalea. That is an interesting combo.
Oh my word, look at this, right? The chat is currently trolling me right now. Everyone's asking what was the question. Lotus, would you like to help them out here? What was
Wait
the
a minute,
question?
what was the question?
Oh my word.
Minotaur will finish
Chat, you see what I need to deal with, right? So Shroomsy does go for the Kalia and Vikings does pick up the Minotaur. Right, so the question is, if you look at the mage from the side of Vikings, right? If you look at that cursive writing, is it Curva or is it Kina? What is your take on it? And whatever the chat says, I would read it out as such.
Catmail Pew Pew, one of my favorite players that I have seen during this entire MSA, banning out the Hayabusa. Now, Catmew Pew Pew has played the Sicilian and the Selena. Both have been deadly every single time. So I'm actually pretty excited to see them play again. And Handsome, also a monster. And
As well, we did see the Hayabusa getting banned out from the side of Vikings, right? Postpone Malone with the response for the side of Immortal Order. Right, chat, I will forgive you all because Lotus, you know, she topped your blonde moment. So, yeah, nonetheless, I love you all, chat. I love you all. As Harith has been removed from the side of Immortal Order. Let's go.
Harris is also a pretty good ban. We have seen Handsome, I think it was Handsome that has played him in the gold lane a few times, and we have seen during the entirety of the MSA. A Harris in the gold lane is deadly as hell, but we do see the next ban coming out from the side of the Vikings. Might go for a marksman ban.
Well, let's see how this one does play out. I mean, yeah, okay. Removing the
Bingo.
Granger. There we go. Lotus, what? You got it. Merlin, welcome to the chat, bro. Thank you for joining the stream. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Even if you have to share it onto your church groups, your braai groups, your Kukantia Komitea
Family.
groups as well, or family groups, we would appreciate the support. Let's get this match cooking. Muffin with a final ban in this first matchup in this best of 3 series up against Immortal Order in the blue corner and Vikings in the red corner.
I am vengeance.
Moskov getting banned out. Okay. Getting rid of 2 very strong gold laners. Also, we do have the I just realized the Minotaur and Sicilian combo. Actually pretty nice, especially also with the X-Borg thrown into it. Throwing a Moskov into that mix would put Immortal Order in a very difficult position.
Your team is picking.
As cat new pew pew does pick up the Bruno.
Bruno, as we saw in the previous match of St. Dynasty versus Equinox, he does take a bit of time to get online. But once he gets online, it's almost impossible to deal with. So Immortal Order would definitely have to check out for that.
Yeah, so Angelic Fairy, to answer your question, yes, just share it basically. On each and every and
Cool.
any group you have, share it.
Why does the Sicilian have red tree?
Uh,
Okay, there it is. Okay, it's fixed.
Remember, there's still a swap out that needs to come in, as Muffin does pick up Eamon and postpone Malone with a glint.
So Immortal Order does have a mixture of pick-off with team fights, but I'm loving all the team fight capabilities coming out from the side of Vikings.
Well, this is difficult. This is really difficult. I mean, both teams having a meta hero in the lineup. I mean, Mortal Order has the Uranus, Vikings has the X-Borg, and as well as Minotaur. So this is going to come in clutch. Hanson will be picking up Alpha. So Alpha in the mix-up to do the true damage onto Immortal Order, right? But if Immortal Order can get those pickoffs with the Kalia, this is going to be devastating. So I'm very much excited for this matchup. And Lotus, shush now, it's not biased.
Viewers, you see what I have to deal with? You see what I have to deal with?
Oh, I can even do you one better. Chat, let me do you one better, right? Lotus doesn't even know the lyrics to the SpongeBob song, right?
So, what? I was watching better stuff when I was little.
Lotus, you tread careful now. Tread very carefully now, right?
But into the match we go. We can put the sass on the side and let Rika take over.
No, Rika is not stepping in for this one. It's me and you. So, and on that bombshell, thank you, Lotus. Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? SpongeBob SquarePants. Who's yellow and absorbent as he? SpongeBob SquarePants. All right. Nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, we are into this first matchup. Immortal Order going for the red buff rotation and Vikings going for the blue buff rotation. So we will see potentially the early game gank onto the gold lane.
True, but it does seem like there's a lot of poking going here in the mid lane. For Shroom to get vision for his team might be also hoping to see the rotations that they're going for and wants to capture this lethal.
Yeah, well, this should potentially say. Oh, look at that quick damage going on to the lethal or lethal. I mean, my word. Thank you, Lotus, for that mispronunciation that you infected me with. As we do see Kalia onto Minotaur. Will Diet Pepsi get taken down here? As we do see that knock-up coming in from Kalia. But that healing coming in from Diet Pepsi. Jadora does get the stun up onto Cat Mew. Pew pew.
So Ghidorah, as we all know, is a strong mage player. So versing him with versus Cat Meow Pew Pew, this is gonna be an exciting matchup. But Oshumzi once again camping, does not commit to the pickoff. He doesn't have the Tsunami Slam yet, as we do see the first turtle of the game up in around 20 seconds.
Well, as we do see, Muffin is getting caught out. We do see the endless shards coming in and allowing Muffin to escape the clutches of Alpha and Minotaur. So, Merlin, just to be honest, right, I see your comment with regards to the 1-1, right? In the MSA Cup, there's been literally no love for 1-1. Whether it was the patch, the emergency patch update, 1-1 got nerfed. In the MSA Cup, she either gets banned or she doesn't get picked up. So there's literally no love for the 1-1. As we do see the engagement onto Xborg, we do see the stun up coming in from the Xavier, so close to taking the Xborg down. We do see Minotaur into the mix. Well, the Sanguine Claws coming in from Sicilian onto the Uranus, but the Revitalize has been popped. Oh, we do see the engagement continuing. Oshroomsy gets the knock up and continues the zoning onto Viking, as the first turtle of the match does go in favor of, well, Immortal Order. Hi Rose, welcome to the stream.
We did see that Immortal Order did gain around. Oh no, it switched from. Okay, it's back to 400 gold lead in their favor. But the Vikings knows that this isn't too much of a gold lead, so they can definitely. Oh my goodness, the crossovers and moments starting to infect me. But we do see in the engagement here in the top lane.
Yeah, well, Lotus, do you want the blushing moments or do you want the Christofferson moments?
I prefer the blushing, they're my own thing, but the Christopher moments are your thing. It's like labeled as your brand.
Alright, we do see both teams coming for this gold lane gank, as we do see Curva coming in with Alpha. Spear of Alpha has been committed. Either the Minoan Fury has into the mix as well, as Vikings picks up a 3-for-0 exchange in the top lane.
Not something that we saw expected to happen. Curva already also going for the small jungle invade. Muffin might get caught out of position. Why was he so long in the bush?
Yeah, well, the Sanguine Claws did land onto the Amon. Right, but Muffin being so slippery, as you do see, he's got that back cast onto the shot. We do see the Tsunami Slam onto Alpha. The Spear of Alpha has been committed onto the Uranus, but the engagement is stopping from the side of Immortal Order, and Vikings are allowing them to disappear. So we do see the second turtle of this match has spawned up, and the shields will be popping off in the next 20 seconds.
The side of the Vikings already making sure to secure the positioning around the second turtle. Muffin wanting to contest.
Oh, we do see that star press coming in from Xavier. Second turtle of the match does go in favor of Vikings. However, Spear of Alpha has been committed onto the Aemon. Xborg into the backline, focusing onto the Uranus. Will we see that the Revitalize has been popped from Uranus? He's sustaining through all of it. But the Dawn press comes in. Oh, the Lost Insanity has been committed. And Jadora has been popped off as Postpone Malone comes in and clutches off the Alpha. However, Uranus is onto the Xborg. Will we see it? Yes! Jakes gets the kill. So that is a 2-for-2 exchange.
Blue team turret has been destroyed.
As
Past the 5 minute. Yes, sorry.
Continue.
Almost into the 6-minute mark. It's 5-2 in the favor of the Vikings, and they also secured a 2,000 gold lead. Dawning Light barely missing that Cat Meow Pew Pew.
Sicilian nearly getting sniped. I mean, you definitely need to keep your eye out on that. What was it again? Dawning Light. Thank you. Dawning Light coming in from the Xavier. But nonetheless, look, Vikings currently has the almost 2k gold lead as well as the 3 kill advantage. I mean, and as well as the map control at this point in stage with that tier 1 turret taken down in the top lane.
Right now, what do you think Immortal Order could do to maybe turn the tides and make a comeback from this 2,000 gold deficit?
Well, let's definitely get the pickoffs. I mean, they have the pickoff composition. Oh, as we do see the Tsunami Slam not landing. However, the Revitalize has been popped from the Uranus. The Lost Insanity under the turret as the Alpha does take down. Well, it's a 3-for-0 exchange. The Alpha did take down the Aemon, and the response onto the Uranus and the Kalia coming in from the export.
Right now, it does seem like the Vikings would also be able to take this mid turret. This opens the map to them way more and puts Immortal Order in a very difficult position. Export will also might be going for this bottom lane, and the third turtle will go to the side of the Vikings. Immortal Order is trying to deal with the Vikings as in team fight positions, but they need the pickoffs like on the Alpha just now.
Indeed. Sorry, I was reading the comment from Beanies to Merlin. Nonetheless, right, I'm just going to ignore that. But yeah, look, it is Vikings currently in a very good position. They have that 3.1k gold lead, as we do see Muffin going for that successful jungle invade in the top lane.
That is true. 3 people at the bottom lane, but Immortal Order is already on the case.
Oh, we do see the endless shard from Aemon has been committed. Lost Insanity. Well, it catches the Aemon. Yes, Muffin has been taken down. Postpone Malone into the mixture. We do see the stun up onto Diet Pepsi, but Kalia gets a return kill onto the Sicilian. So it's a 1-for-1 exchange overall.
Muffin would definitely have to play safer if he wants to make these pickoffs, and also, I think it was given that vision on the 3 people there, so Immortal Order has to play with a bit more caution, especially with the way with how strong Vikings are now, having a 4,000 gold lead, almost 4,000 gold lead.
Well, look, Immortal Order, they just slow this down, right? They need to get the Clint and the Xavier fed, right? I mean, those are 2 heroes that does scale a bit later to the game. But as we mentioned that, right, let's look at the builds. Oh my... what is this? What is this? I thought we were going to have a match with 0 pauses. But ladies and gentlemen, that is just unfortunate. So far, we're heading 3 for 3. Every match having a pause.
It's fine. Let the players get their breaths. Immortal Order also has the chance to go back to the drawing board. Same with the side of the Vikings. Well, you said Immortal Order should try to slow the pace of the game down. What do you think is the best way of doing that, actually?
Just allow the farm to come to you. Because, I mean, all the tier 1 turrets are taken down, right? So, it's, in theory, the best thing to be now is to allow the farm to come to you. Because Vikings, look at their lanes, right? It is evenly pushed. And they're getting the second stacks of minion waves onto them. Immortal Order only has that last lane left. So, definitely just allow the minion waves to push. And just get farmed up. Allow your Sicilian and your Clint to get as much gold as they possibly can. But look, at the same time, you don't want your jungler to fall behind too much. So just share the load pretty much.
That could definitely work. But the thing is, the Vikings might also anticipate that, and they will try to keep maybe even freeze the lanes to starve out Immortal Order.
Well, they could, but if you look at Vikings right now, they're running as a unit together. They are not freezing the lanes. So that's why I made my predicament or prediction like I did. As we do see, Vikings is going on to this first Lord of the match. Immortal Order opting for that split push. Going to go for that tier 1 turret in the top lane. as we do see Eamon does clear the minion wave in the middle. Oh, the Minnow in Fury is onto Eamon. A Muffin will get... Oh, he escapes that. No, he does not. Spear of Alpha comes in, but Bruno does finish him off. I thought Muffin escaped that engagement so quick. But Immortal Order, in exchange for the Lord, did get a tier 1 turret.
To relieve some of the pressure, the lanes might not be too evenly pushed right now. So they do have the opportunity to, like you say, let the farm come to you. But you have got to be careful of the Sicilian. He's already building up on his stacks and can already start spamming this first skill.
Well, as we do see the engagement, the first Lord of the match is onto the tier 2 turret. We will see Immortal Order defending this, but Bruno in the solo pushing that tier 2 turret. Will we see the same thing happening in the bot lane as Alpha does clear the minion wave? We do see the engagement going onto the Alpha. Dawning Light onto the Alpha as well. Minnow and Fury misses the mark. Tsunami Slam onto Minotaur. Lost Insanity under the turret. And it is off, but no one is down as the Endless Shards has been procced onto the X-Borg. I mean, X-Borg still has that immortality, so he is still able to play very aggressively. But all in all, Immortal Order picking up 1 kill onto the Minotaur.
Right now, for the side of Immortal Order, every single kill counts because it just gives them a little bit of extra gold, even if it is just the roamer that they took out. That also prevents some sets for a few seconds from the side of the Vikings. Muffin already once again camping, might catch out Curva.
Well, we do see the second skill used, committed by the Kalia just to get out of the danger there. But Shroomsy will get chased down by Handsome. Will we see this pick-off kill onto the Kalia? Oh, but she's being so slippery. Look at that second skill. Quality fingers coming in from Kalia. But she gets taken down. Kalia serving well as a distraction as Immortal Order does get a tier 1 turret in the mid lane. That should open up the map just a little bit for them. And we will see the second tier 1 turret, or third and final tier 1 turret in the bot lane getting taken down. So that is 2 tier 1 turrets for 1 kill on the roam. I that's a fair exchange for me. Shroomsy being being the bait.
To be honest, it worked out well for them, and Oshumzi isn't that farmed, so it doesn't give the Vikings too much of an advantage of killing him except for the timer. So it's actually a pretty good exchange. Dawning Light once again missing its mark, just slightly off the mark, and as we do see the second Lord of the game up in a few seconds.
Well, now the Roar has spawned. Roar will be into the mix. I mean, look, Vikings currently in a very good position to take this second Lord of the match. I mean, Immortal Order not having that option to come in, but keep an eye out onto the Aemon here. Will we see that? No clutch. Oh, Jakes with the Uranus into the back line. Does do some damage, but that does bait the Bat's Feast coming in from the Sicilian.
Then again, the best feast around this time of the game is around now. The cooldown is around 30 seconds, 25 to 35 seconds, somewhere in between there. So not that long. We'll be back again in time for the next team fight exchange. Especially with this Lord coming up, they will definitely want to sync up the lanes. Maybe even get one of the inhibitor turrets down.
I'm sorry, I'm just laughing at Rose's comment. Yeah, okay. Why?
What did you say?
No, Muffin being a pain in the when she's playing him against him, but when it's on stream, well, nonetheless. Alright, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. We do see Vikings. Oh, that Spear of Alpha does miss the Aemon. The Endless Shards has been committed, as well as the last Insanity. The Lord does charge onto the tier 3 turret. We do see that Dawning Light coming in, nearly catching the X-Borg, but Vikings is coming into the base. We do see the Sanguine Claws onto the Uranus. That does proc the Revitalize, and the Lord Roar has been taken down. No exchange, no deaths in that engagement. What a proper defense coming from an Immortal Order at that point of time.
Extremely so, and the Minoan Fury could have caught them, but was accidentally off the mark, not catching anyone. Kalea might be in a bit of danger, managed to escape quite nicely. And Eamon once again going for an invade or a camping session.
He's providing vision to his team and not getting seen. All right, so we do see the second skill onto the Minoan Fury only committed onto the Kalia. Oh my word, Kalia getting shredded by the Alpha in that exchange.
Spear of Alpha missing out. Dawning Light coming in.
The Endless
Clint
Shards
is
has
down
been
for a
committed.
minute.
The Bats Feast into the mix. Lost Insanity just off the mark. It's only Kalia getting taken down as well as Minotaur. So both roams getting eliminated from that team fight.
Roam for roam. Okay, pretty decent exchange. So it does take out the sets, but 14 seconds to the next Lord of this match. The Vikings are in a decent position to take it. I think Immortal Order should rather go for a split push in this case instead of trying another steal.
Well, let's see how this does play out. I mean, Eamon currently just... Well, he's trying to get into this rotation for this Lord. I mean, the Lord is up, right?
Turret has been destroyed.
Oh, we do see
Look
Eamon
at
going
Clint,
in.
look at Clint.
Oh, so close. But the Lord does go in favor of Vikings. Eamon nearly getting that. But Uranus and Clint going for the split push in the bot lane. So that does secure them a tier 3 turret.
I would say that's a good exchange, but unfortunately they did lose a jungler in that exchange. He will be back in time for the defense. But right now Immortal Order is in a bit of a trouble. Lord coming down where there is no turrets.
Yeah, well, look, if Aya can keep this in a 4-1 split, right, they could focus the Lord and get the Lord down, as well as sustain the battle coming in from Vikings. The Sanguine Claws not landing. But just keep a close eye on these two lanes. Oh, the Dawning Light comes into the mix. The Faraga armor has been procced or popped from Xborg. The Lord is into the base. Will we see this team fight coming in? Oh, the Lord is not onto the Nexus yet. Minoan Fury has been committed but lands onto no one. We do see the Bat's Feast has been committed. Oh, Shroomsy sustaining so much damage, but Uranus is taken down. The Endless Shards has been used onto Bruno. This game is set and will go in favor of Vikings, as Vikings does take the first blood in this matchup against Immortal Order.
Well, from the side of the Vikings, they played perfectly. Okay, not everything can ever be perfect, but they played like a unit, going with the 5-man or 4-man rotations, putting so much pressure on the map and onto Immortal Order.
Angelic, what did I do? What did I do, man? I'm just so sad. I'm so great to get this. As Bruno picks up the MVP for the side of Vikings, and Jake's with a Uranus for the side of Immortal Order. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump into the second match. Vikings will have the first pick in this matchup. Will Vikings take this in a clean sweep fashion, or will Immortal Order clutch it and bring us and take us into that sudden death round?
They definitely have the option to do so. The only problem really in that match for the side of Immortal Order, one was where the Eamon kept getting picked off because he was consistently isolated from his team and just taken down with the amount of lockdowns coming out from the side of Vikings. The Uranus pick was doing pretty decently. It's just they didn't have a way to deal with that 5-man plays coming out from the side of the Vikings.
Yeah, well, Immortal Order, I think they need to go more for the set and not pick off plays. I mean, the set plays does work out beautifully for Immortal Order, and if I'm being honest, I would definitely want to see Oshroomsy picking up the Minnow, right, and get the revenge onto well, Diet Pepsi with that Minoan Fury. All right, but nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, there was a swap out for the side of Vikings. Vikings did swap Handsome for Nilo.
But it does seem that the teams are ready in and into the second match we can go. What that match really went on about was the draft. So if you want to win the game, you have to majorly win the draft.
All right. So, Angelic Fury, I've received your message. So, Immortal Order, naughty, naughty, naughty. How could you lose that match? Shame on you. Is that good enough, Angelic Fury? All right, but nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, we are into the second match's draft as Diet Pepsi does ban out the Joy straight off the bat, not even waiting.
No.
I knew that was coming.
Give me a sec.
I was-
I need literally 10 seconds and I'll just.
All right, no problem, bro.
I was about to say, I'm so glad Rika isn't here, and then his voice came, no.
Shame on you, Lotus. I should put you in the naughty corner. being so all biasedly and whatnot.
Come on.
I'll be on the way.
Good banter between the casters is always a good thing. Matilda getting banned out from the side of Immortal Order.
Yeah, I mean,
They call me a
that
hero
Matilda's
because I
definitely
saved my
respected,
nation from
as
falling
Vikings
apart.
does ban out the YSS.
Okay, I'm here. I'm ready to do this. Yeah, I mean, if I'm being honest, everybody, I was actually asleep the first game, so I do not know what happened. Well, I do not know what occurred in the first match. I heard the Vikings won, so that's all I know.
Rika, do you want to know something else?
Well,
Joy also got banned in the first draft.
yeah, no, that's not. Anyway, we are looking at the Matilda. Was the Matilda banned up first game as well?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So the X-Ball getting respect ban from Immortal Order from that first match. Okay, Lotus, you and Rika for the drafting. Let's go.
Yeah, that sounds good. Hey, listen here. I mean, Xborg is proving to be very, very strong in this current meta. I feel like it's quite reliable when it comes to how it plays. It's just that it really suffers against like things that target it. So things with low committance that you can use, like abilities with low committance that you can use to get rid of the Faraga armor in and between fights. That's where it really suffers against. But I don't know if anyone sort of really knows that Xborg is quite a late game hero. I think it's not actually like that oppressive early on. It's just once you start to get the immortalities, the ice queen wands, and the sustain with the war axe, then it starts to be a real threat. But anyway, it is banned. No point of talking about it now, as we still Lance being banned out here. Quite a lot of EXP laners in the pool, I must say. You can still get the Uranus. I saw that Uranus was picked up, but we're also looking at the Yuzhong being available. Okay, Uranus is going to be immediately snatched up by Diet Pepsi.
Yeah, this makes things a lot more difficult for the side of Immortal Order. I mean, there are other heroes to counter the Uranus, which is like once again Esmeralda, Basha. I don't know if Kadita is a good idea because I know she can burst down even tanks, but is she good against the hero Uranus?
Noise for yours
Well, there's an answer for it. It's going to be the CC. I think CC does quite nicely into it. It's something that's is able to stand up to the Uranus. That's what you sort of need, right? You either like burst it down 100%, or you can like out sustain him. And in a one-on-one fight, the CC will come out on top. If you were to have a hypothetical situation where both the Uranus and the CC just both committed on each other, no running away, the CC would be out on top. But the Uranus does have that ability to go in and out of the fight, so that's what gives him the edge when it comes to it. Is he actually going to be bound?
I'm not a fan of the hero Bowman. He's a lot like the sun, associated with trolling and feeding, but it's actually a pretty decent hero in the jungle, but someone else would be better. There it is, the Clint.
Yeah. I think Balman had quite a good showing in my Dark System tournament. That's for sure. I think it was a bit of a bait pick was the Balman, right? If you give the enemies Balman, it actually performed really well. But this is the MSA here. There's no fooling around here. I feel like it can work. Like Balman got a few buffs on his record to going forward, but it's just you have to play it in such specific matchups, and already I don't really like the Balman here into the CC. So yeah, I'm not expecting them to follow through with it on the second phase of this draft.
Power of Pegasus.
Oh, Shroomsy picking up the Badang. That's actually a pretty nice pair with the Zitian because of the consistent stuns and slows in CC.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the enemy draft as well. They're not too mobile. Well, sure. I mean, there's an argument for all three heroes that I'm looking at have ways to get out of the wall created by Badang, but it's not easy to commit those just for the wall. So I quite like the Badang in that regard. However, yeah, one thing I want to see come out at some point is a Carmilla Zetian.
I actually want to try that.
Yeah, that's
Not
something I've been theory
fine.
crafting a little bit, right? Zetian is able to, you can out of that the Fury of the Phoenix. It doesn't do that. It's like not the most amazing damage, I must say, on the Fury of the Phoenix. But if you were to spread the damage for between 5 people with a I feel like that's just an instant team wipe.
Actually, imagine this: Zitian, Carmella, and Barrett.
Okay, I think that's overkill, but maybe.
Go big or go home. But we do see Minotaur and Hayabusa banned out from both teams.
Minotaur, I think that makes sense. It has that CC immunity with the Minnow Fury that Badang has a bit of trouble against, so I think that's definitely not a ban. Hayabusa, I'm not so sure about. I mean, I guess they do have 2 backline heroes that are a bit vulnerable to it, but the hero, it's so specific now. You have to. It's just like when I talked about with the Balmond here. I'm not saying it's on the level of Balmond, but it's not so far away from it, if I'm being honest.
Florin also getting banned out from the side of Immortal Order. Florin paired with the hero Uranus would actually be so diabolical, but Basha getting banned, so Vikings making sure that no anti-heal to deal with this XP liner.
Mm-hmm. You know what we could see come out here is going to be like a bit of an assassin for Vikings, and then pair that up with an Angela Rome. They do have the front line from the Uranus, so I feel like this is an Angela angle.
Angela could work, but you might want more than just one sustainable frontliner. I mean, I prefer it when I have at least 2 sustainable people. But Carrie getting picked up by Postpone Malone. Just to be able to deal with this XP liner. I mean, I accidentally even forgot about Carrie when I was looking at the Uranus.
Okay, listen, I mean, yeah, sure. I completely understand. Carry will kill Uranus later into the game. It's a given. Uranus cannot play the game he wants to play when there's carry on the enemy draft. But you are opening yourselves up to quite a weak laner in the gold. That's what I'm a bit concerned about, especially against a hero like Clint. Carry does suffer a lot in that matchup. So the Vikings, they still have the advantage when it comes to early game aggression on the side of Immortal Order because I'm looking at their picks. None of them are actually dealing that much damage. Sure, the carry will come online later, but if we look at the first 5 minutes of the game, there's not that much damage I'm looking at.
I definitely agree with you there, especially when having to face the Kimmy and the Clint. We all know how strong Clint is early game, but later on he's just very strong. Kimmy with that rapid basic attacks can cause a lot of problems.
Mhm.
So you put a carry in that mix and then she's gonna have a difficult time.
Yeah. As I do not like this Fredrin pick. I think this is not the correct decision. Yeah, I would suggest switching from that. That solves the damage issue actually. Lucas has the most insane like scaling on his first skill, the flash combo. It's called flash combo on his beast form. It does an illegal amount of damage to squishies as the game goes on. So this Lucas is what's riding on the side of IO for the early game aggression that they may or may not have been lacking here. Yeah, and if they can, I've been playing a bit of Lucas as well in my games. It feels like a hero that you have to have a 5-man team behind you because with the nerfs to Lucas and your beast, your sacred beast form is just really important to use in the right situations. It's a big committance, and using it correctly in the right times is just that's how you play that Lucas jungle now.
That is true. Sorry, my bad.
But yeah, we should be going into the possibly game for tonight. As you see, it's Vikings with the match point on Immortal Order right now. I think I'm preferring the side of Immortal Order. Really not liking their draft just because they didn't have an answer in this early on. But with the Lucas damage, I think they're going to be able to cut through it. And then once that sort of gets to this point, the carry will take over. I'm not sure I like the vengeance on it though.
Yeah.
I think, the vengeance doesn't make sense, but it's probably to deal with the Kimmy. I'll be handing over to Scop.
Copy. Say your line. What do you got for me here? What? Give us the best information. Give us the one sentence that's gonna explain the entire game for us here.
It ain't over till the cookie crumbles.
Oh, come on. Okay.
All right. Okay, so in all seriousness, right, I think Vikings. Look, they've got the lineup here, bro. They've definitely got the lineup here to pick up the one over onto Immortal Order. But I am going to go with Immortal Order's draft, right? I'm not too sure about the carry pick though. I mean, carry, the only tank that there is the Uranus for the side of Vikings. So I don't see the carry being very viable in this match. But look, she does pack a punch with her wheels. But yeah, that's my quick take onto this. As we see the engagement onto Muffin. First blood going to Alpha.
That was a big mistake from Muffin. Not charging up the flash combo to 2 stacks. Only had that one attack mode on that flash combo, so it was really important that CC came out from that flash combo. Again, how many times have I said flash combo? But yeah, got caught. Didn't have that CC immunity as well, but actually manages to make it to the fight there. Pops the Sacred Beast form. Nice little tail beast bomb there to do a little bit of harass on the enemies. Kimmy Ult also lands onto Shroomzy here. No Sacred Beast form though for the contention here. Fury the Phoenix does land onto multiple people here. This is going to be enough to steal the retry though. Kira is going to be the one who gets the retry going forward. Jace taking in the Spear of Alpha here. Is he going to be able to survive the onslaught? Kimmy blasting her, but she makes it up.
Oh, bro, Kimmy is exactly... Oh, Shroomzy is onto Kimmy. Will we see the pick off? Yes! Oshroomsy catches Cat Mew. Pew pew. Beautiful plays coming in from Oshroomsy, but we will see him fall for the... Oh! The wall coming in clutch to save him. Flickering over his own wall. Fast fingers coming in from Oshroomsy.
Yeah, I mean, very well played, Shrimsy there. That was a very valuable kill to get at this point. One thing we haven't talked about a lot is this Lolita. And I feel like it's actually quite a nice Lolita game. You've got the carry of the speedy light wheels that you're going to be able to deflect. The curtain call from CC as well is a deadly thing to reflect. The CC pops the curtain call, you get it reflected. Two of your allies now are linked together. It's really, really rough. But then I think the most important thing that the Lolita counters is actually the Badang. That first skill from Badang is counterable, and it stuns if you reflect it. Even we're not going to see that Fear of the Phoenix coming through, it might be able to keep Shrimsy alive. No, it's not. The Spear of Alpha was going to be the one that finishes them off, but it is a trade. The Lucas does get the Clint. Lucas gets Clint there. It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade.
As we do see, Ludiki does have a blonde moment in the chat saying there's no sound onto the stream. Meantime, he just muted his volume. Alright, but nonetheless, bro, this is currently still balanced. Oh, off screen, we do see Alpha getting the pick-off kill onto carry.
Yeah, this is what I was worried about for the side of IO. It's really up to Lucas to be able to hold the fort down and make sure that they don't get smashed early game, especially since they have a carry working at the bottom lane right here. So Alpha has been coming down to Ghidorah. They do get the kills. This is looking pretty nice to the side of Vikings. Here's Shrimsy's got position in the bushes right here. Might be able to get this carry. I mean, this Kimmy sorted out. Nice little wall coming through onto a few members, but it's not going to be enough. Look at this Kimmy just blasting them right now. Not opportunity for Lucas to come in with the Rescue Steel and take them down. On top of that, that's going to equal a blue buff on top of that as well.
I mean, that is currently a 2-for-0 exchange in favor of Vikings. Oh, my bad. It's a 1-for-0 exchange. But yeah, it's past the 5-minute mark. Currently 3 kills advantage in favor of Vikings, as well as a 2.3k gold lead.
Yeah, and Carrie is just having an awful time here in the bottom lane. She needs to accelerate her farm, really importantly. It's very important that she accelerates her farm, but not able to do it. Oh, auto-aim gods coming in from Muffin.
Oh, but the Spear of Alpha is back from Curva. Will we see Muffin catching out the Alpha? We do see the engagement onto Alpha, but Lucas is taken down, and Carry gets the shutdown kill onto Alpha. Look, that is ideally what you want for the Carry, to get those shutdown kills, especially to get her farmed up. I mean, just to add to what you were saying.
Ooh, but it doesn't feel good. It's because the Lucas has to die for that situation. As I said before, the Lucas is the bridge for this carry to get online. And with even if the carry accelerates her farm a little bit, it's going to be still a bit rough. I mean, look at the damage. It's just nowhere near enough to take this Uranus down. And so I feel like Lucas is the only person in the draft who has enough damage for the situation. And if he gets shut down, then it's like there's no bridge.
Well, there's still early stages of the match. We will be reaching that mid stage of the game right now. I mean, Immortal Order, they can definitely turn the tides around here. It is 3k in favor, 3.7k in favor of Vikings. It's not out of reach for Immortal Order just yet. I mean, we do see CC going for that split push onto the top lane, trying to get the focus away from the turtle, but this third and final turtle will go in favor of Vikings.
Well, I don't know what you're thinking, Carrie, by going in like that. Gonna get immediately punished for that right there. We're gonna see the flash combo again from Lucas, not able to activate the second phase of that flash combo. So not having ample enough damage output for Diet Pepsi right there. Man, Diet Pepsi is playing real well, I must say. Obviously, Lolita, not a single death under their name yet, and is available at all of these fights to defend her allies.
A Diet Pepsi not being sugarless, as Lolita is bringing in the sugar for the side of Vikings. Right, we do see all tier 1 turrets taken down in favor of Vikings. So map control and map advantage in favor of Vikings.
That's like 2 heroes I don't see enough of. Oh my god, hold on a second. Shroomsy is going to be able to dodge out a few members of Vikings right there. Fear the Phoenix committed for his escape. Pops the fist track but gets knocked down. The 2 heroes I just don't see enough of. They were really strong with the Lolita and the Minstatar. I just feel like these heroes are so good in the current meta, and they're not seeing them carry. Quite a lot of, I mean, not carry the
CC.
What's CC doing lots of damage? Oh, I'm still off the CC.
Alright, nonetheless. But look, Zetian, Lolita bouncing back all the skills. Carry, Zetian, and the Badang, bro. This Lolita pick is actually a beautiful pick for the side of Vikings, right? We do see Lucas did take that tier 1 turret in favor of Immortal Order in the top lane. Just trying to keep that back door just open. As we do see the engagement starting here by the Lolita. She does get the shield up, but that pulse coming in from Kimmy pulling in Shroomsy.
I think it's called Traction Pulse. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Traction Pulse.
Yeah, it's a very deadly combo. It's essentially a ranged TIG ult, is the way I like to look at it. Underrated teamfight spell. It can really change a fight. We all look at the Lord being taken by the side of Vikings here. It should be nice and easy. Fear of the Phoenix is well committed just to sort of see what's happening, but they knew that they could not contest.
Yeah, so we do see that bot lane engagement onto the tier 1 turret. Will they be pushing for a tier 2 turret? Kimmy gets scouted out by the Lucas. However, in the meanwhile, in the top lane at Immortal Order's base, Uranus is in the face of Zetian and CC. Look, if the 2 combos between Zetian and CC, they should be able to take down the Uranus. But I mean, we do see the Unleash the Beast coming in from Lucas, but he has been finished off by the Alpha.
Oh man, okay, Mystic feeling himself a little here. There's this pulling him down, so he needs to be quite careful about it. But there's the Lolita with that shield, is just able to deflect anything and everything that Immortal Order wants to use to cut down these tanks. And yeah, I mean, that Lucas actually had a really nice set there. I don't know if you if people know, but Lucas right now is sort of played as a pseudo sort of set jungler. That flash combo with the beast form is so deadly if you hit it on multiple people. Managed to do a lot of damage to the enemy, but they're very sustainable. They just healed it right back up.
Yeah, well, look, that is true. Oh, and Spear of Alpha onto Badang. Over the wall has been committed, but Badang is taken down. That's a tier 2 turret in favor of Vikings as well. Immortal Order currently in a very sticky position as that Luminon blast coming in from Lolita lands onto the Lucas. Does force him to use the beast.
Oh, that's again not really what you want in that situation. You need the beast form to defend you on the high ground. And look at Vikings right now. They've got no fear. They've just got a Lolita shield bulwark. I think it's something to do with bulwark is the name of that ability. And it's just not working. They're not able to defend. They're just a bit too scared of getting their skills reflected.
Well, I mean that is what you deal with when you face off against the Lolita. I wasn't too sure. When was the Lolita picked up? Was it first phase or second phase of the draft?
No, it wasn't that early. So I mean, they had to think about. They had time to sort of counterpick with it. It wasn't as if they slammed it into the Lolita. So I think it was actually quite late in the draft. I think it was on the last phase.
Yeah, okay, well, we did see the traction pulse coming in from Kimmy, but it did miss. We do see Unleash the Lucas onto Mystic. Shroomsy. Oh, the fist crack coming from Shroomsy onto the Uranus. Uranus is into the backline. Unleash the Beast form has been committed from the Lucas. Immortal Order just currently holding on for dear life as Vikings is currently coming in with a storm into the base.
They should be able to defend their crystal quite well with this draft. They don't have the crazy amount of tower push when it comes to the side of the Mortal Order. I mean, of Vikings, excuse me. So they hold on. Looking at Mystic, man, it's just holding that front line so easily. The carry just does not have enough items to deal with them. It has the Trinity finish, but you need to add a what you call it, the Malefic gun to it as well, just so that you can at least stay safe in these engagements. We've got the Lord charging down mid. This could be the end of the game right now. It depends on how well Vikings are able to approach this high ground. They could get easily punished right now by a set fist crack from Shroomsy or a Leash the Beast flash combo from the Lucas. I just call him Naruto. I mean, he is Naruto. We're looking at the final fight possibly for the side of Vikings versus Immortal Order here. There's already one fallen down. It's going to be the Ghidorah on the Zetian. And now the base is wide open at this point. The base falling quite quickly, actually. And that's going to be it.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this does conclude this best of 3 series. Immortal Order unfortunately moving down to the lower brackets. So Vikings does go through to the upper bracket semi-finals. Well, it's we will see who they will be facing off. It could be Saint Dynasty, but it could be also one of the 2 teams. What am I saying? It's upper bracket quarterfinals. Anyway, upper bracket quarterfinals between any of the 2 teams that could move through tomorrow. Right, but nonetheless, Alpha Curva picking up the MVP for the side of Vikings. Lotus, what's your thoughts on this match?
To be honest, I think the majority of the game once again came down to the draft and its execution mostly. The carry struggled a lot. That was expected because of how much focus was put onto her so that she can't farm up and take down the Uranus, the Lolita, and the Alpha. So good plays coming out from the side of Vikings, and they were a team this.
Yeah, okay. So, nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, this does conclude the MLBB streams tonight, right? We are into the top 8 of the MSA Cup. Well, we're currently down to the top 6 because the other 2 teams, well, 4 teams still need to face off tomorrow night. So, we've got some good matches lined up for you tomorrow night. As I just quickly want to get that up for you. It is Backstreet Boys up against Fantasy in the first matchup tomorrow night, and Madagascar up against Yala. Skip. So we have some cracker matches for you tomorrow night. So hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so that you know when we go live once more. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to say goodbye and thank you for joining this stream. It is always a pleasure having you here. Rico, any final words before we go? And Lotus.
Good night.
That was straightforward.
And normally that's you, Lotus.
That's why I get along well with Rika. He's a straightforward person. But thank you once again to the viewers for joining in on the stream. And if they all still have time tonight, I do believe that the PUBG stream is still up and running if they want to check that out.
Yeah, so definitely do go and support us there as well. But ladies and gentlemen, this is